Brindley, I just finished work.
Glad to hear, Colton. Today you stayed pretty late. Did you have extra work that you needed to get done?
Recently, things have been pretty busy for me there. Some of my higher-ups have been handing me more and more of their work to do.
But isn't that something you've been asking for, so that they'll all see how good of an employee you are?
But today I was hoping to get out of work a little earlier than normal. After all, I'm going over to your parents' house tomorrow to see everyone. I was thinking of stopping by the store on the way home to pick up a shirt to wear tomorrow.
You don't have to get any new shirts or anything before you come out to their place. My older brother is always just in a t-shirt and shorts while around the house. Well, I guess tomorrow should be a little more formal since it's your first time seeing the house.
What? But you have always been living under your brother's care, right? I'm sure to him he thinks of you as more of a daughter than a little sister.
Well, yeah, I guess so. He was the one that stepped in to raise me after my parents.
And that's the exact reason why I want to be looking sharp when I go see him. I want him to feel confident in letting you become part of my family, knowing that I'll always take care of you.
But I'm not too sure he's the kind of guy to really judge you based on what clothing you wear. He is always telling everyone not to worry so much about what he thinks of them when they come over to see him. And this time we're just going over for a lunch and to talk a little.
What? Is he really all right with things being so relaxed?
It's fine, Colton, it's fine. He doesn't really like things being all too strict either. He would much rather everyone be relaxed and have a good time.
Well, if you and your brother are fine with me just going there looking casual, I guess casual is what I'll do.
Great. Just beware that my parents' house is pretty old now, so don't be too surprised by what you see.
I won't be. I actually prefer places like older buildings and houses.
Well, this place isn't old in that regard. Also, considering you're such a bright person all the time, I'm sure my older brother and you will get along so well.
That would be wonderful. But he is more close in age to my father than me, so I wonder how close we can really get.
That's a good point. My brother is 10 years older than you and I. But another thing my brother really likes is the outdoors.
What? Are you serious? If that's the case, then I'm sure him and I will never run out of things to talk about.
He's also the kind of guy to listen to everything someone has to say. He did such a wonderful job raising me to be the same way, so I'm thankful for that. And I'm sure you'll be thankful for him too.
I'm actually getting quite excited about seeing him tomorrow.
That's great to hear. I'll be over to pick you up in my car around 12 tomorrow.
Okay. I don't want to get caught oversleeping, so once I get home, I'm heading right to bed.
Colton, how's your stomach feeling? Have you made it back home?
Yeah. My stomach is doing a lot better now.
Well, that's good to hear. My brother was pretty worried about you as well. He thought that maybe the lunch had caused you to start feeling those sudden stomach pains.
I don't think his cooking had anything to do with it. It wasn't like he picked up those hamburgers from some cheap grocery store or anything like that, right?
I don't think so. From what he told me, he got them at the local butcher just down the street. You think it has something to do with that?
There might be. If he was buying those burgers for $1 a patty, then they were probably not real meat to begin with. But if he got them at a local butcher shop, then I guess it's alright. I'm not sure how good the butcher themselves was, but...
Were the burgers not that good to you?
Honestly, I don't even remember what they tasted like.
You must have just been really nervous about seeing my brother then, right?
Nervous? It might have been the shock I was experiencing that caused me to blank out for a little bit.
What? What were you shocked about? There wasn't anything that crazy going on at the house, right?
I was shocked by your brother's line of work. I saw some workers' fatigues in the house when I was there.
And what about them?
What about them? What? That means your brother is a factory worker or something like that, right?
Huh?
What I'm asking is, does your brother work at a low-paying job or what?
What are you talking about? Don't tell me you're making fun of my brother right now.
No, I think your brother is very amazing for what he's done. He's only been able to make minimum wage every month, yet he was able to send you to college? That's pretty remarkable for a man like him. And now you're working for a really famous company and all. But look, both of you and I are pretty well off people, right? On a higher level than most people in this town per se. In my case, I've never been around anyone working jobs such as that of a factory worker, so I was just shocked to see one today.
Hey, do you realize that a lot of what you're saying right now is very bad and probably shouldn't be said again? You're sounding like one of those old men that judges people based off their line of work.
I'm sorry. I was just shocked is all.
Could that be the reason why during the middle of lunch you stopped saying anything? You found out that my brother has to wear fatigues like that to work?
That's not at all what caused me to stop talking. I was just stuck.
What were you stuck on? What does it matter to you, the kind of job that my older brother is doing right now?
I do believe that it has nothing to do with me, but I'm just wondering what my parents and the rest of my family will think of him. You probably already know this, but my family, well, they are all very well off, right? So that's why I'm a bit stuck on whether or not you can show your brother to my family at all.
What are you going on about? I never thought that you would ever say something like that.
No, I'm totally fine with your brother, but...
No, you're not, and that's why we're having this kind of conversation now, right? You keep saying your family won't like him, but in reality, it's you that's upset with the kind of person my brother is, right?
Well, just think about it for a second. When he has to meet my family at some point, I'm not sure he's going to have a very good time around all of them. You already know about how strict both of my parents are, and they will dig into him about the work he does and the amount of money he makes doing the said job. That's how my family judges people, no matter what else they've gone and accomplished in life. I think it would be better for my family not to meet your brother.
I don't think my brother will care about what they say.
I'm sure he might not care at first, but they will start to say terrible things to him, and that might create some bad drama in the family later. You wouldn't want that, right?
I'm sure there could be some light drama around it, but isn't that something that you should then step in and de-escalate?
Well, I can do my best, but I'm just putting it out there that it might be better to not have him see my family. To both your brother and you as well, you wouldn't want their views of him to ruin our chances of getting married, right?
How would that ever ruin our chances of getting married, Colton? The only thing that matters is how you and I feel about each other.
That is also true, but there's also a whole thing about how everyone else around us feels.
Is this you trying to tell me you don't want to get married then?
I want to marry you. I do. And that's why I'm so worried about your brother right now. I would much rather you and I get married with my family never knowing about your brother than him going to meet them and start to create some bad air between our families.
Is that really what you're worried about?
Anyhow, I would like it that your brother doesn't come and meet my family.
I think that he needs to meet with your family before our wedding. I want him to. Also, the reason I am the way I am, with all I've gained in life, is because of him. You should know that more than anyone, right? My parents both passed away when I was really young, and he was the only one that could step in and make sure I had a good life as both a kid and a young adult.
I understand that so much that I don't want my family to hurt him. Please, Brinley. Just do as I'm asking and keep him away from my family. After the wedding, you and I can make a date for him to come out and see everyone. As of right now, I'm not really sure what my parents would do or say.
Understood. But if my brother asks me why he hasn't been invited out to see anyone, I'm going to tell him the truth.
All right, that's totally fine. I'm sorry about today. Can you please let your brother know that I'm doing a lot better now? Brinley, this is about the wedding. My father is asking about what you think about the hotel he recommended for the wedding.
What? That hotel is known for hosting all kinds of weddings for very famous people, right? And the place will cost a lot, right?
Don't worry about it. My parents are going to be giving us some money to help pay for the wedding, it seems. And a lot of my other family members will also be pinching in.
I understand that, Colton. But I think that kind of a hotel and everything is a little too gorgeous for both you and I.
Why do you say that? I think both you and I deserve to have a gorgeous wedding there.
Can I ask my brother what he thinks about it?
Ask your brother. What do you want to ask him?
Because it looks like my brother saved up some money for my wedding as well. He told me before that he wanted to help pay for my wedding.
What? You're joking, right?
I'm not joking, Colton.
I don't think he really has that much money to help with this kind of a wedding, though. Are you sure it's not just a couple of thousand that he saved up?
From the way he was saying it, it looks like he has a bit more than just a few thousand.
By the way, we're not having your brother come to this wedding. So go tell him he doesn't have to help pay for it.
Huh? What did you just say?
The only people coming to this wedding are those that make a lot of money.
Are you kidding me right now? You are planning to invite some of your normal friends like I have, right?
As long as they are people from the same college you went to. But someone like your brother, I don't think he'll fit in with the rest of the crowd. People that never went to college won't be at this wedding, so he might feel out of place there.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now. Colton, what has gotten into you? You were never this kind of person before, right? The thing I always loved about you was how open you were to everyone and never seemed to put anyone down.
And those people that you want to treat as important to you, I'll do my best to treat just as important. But when it comes to something like the wedding, a lot of people from my family will be there. I understand that the most important thing about this wedding is you and I, but having your brother there at something so important to my family, well, I really don't want my parents and family knowing about the kind of work that he does.
You've sunk really low today.
I don't want to say things like this, Brinley, but in my family, there are only elites and those that run companies full of elites. Having a lowlife come to our wedding would just upset them.
So you're calling my brother a lowlife now?
That's right. Your brother is not like the rest of us. And if you're going to be part of this family, I would like that you stop staying in touch with said lowlives as much as possible.
It's crazy how you can just say something like that to me. I was a real idiot for letting things last this long. We're through, Colton. No more marriage or anything.
Huh? Why are you breaking up with me now? I'm just asking that your older brother doesn't come to the wedding is all. You guys can continue to talk to one another, if you want, behind my back. You're really going to tell me you don't want to get married because of that lowlife?
Tomorrow, you're not going to have a job anymore. My brother happens to be a very important customer of yours. So you've really done it to yourself now, calling him a lowlife like that.
A customer of mine?
If you have no clue what I'm talking about, go ahead and ask some of your higher-ups about him. That's all I can say now. And just know that this marriage between you and I is off. Goodbye forever.
I'm sorry, Burnley. I've learned my lesson now. Now would you please let me have a word with your brother?
There is nothing else that my brother and I have to say to you.
But I have plenty to say to him. After my boss and everyone else heard what your brother's company said to us, they were all pissed off. If something doesn't change for the better here, I'm going to be in real trouble. Please let me talk to him so that I can apologize for all the things I said about him.
Is that really what you want to do? Or are you only wanting to apologize so that you can save your own skin? Because from the looks of it, you really did not like the fact that my brother was different than your family.
I'm telling you, I had the wrong idea of him then.
How did you have the wrong idea of him? He works in a factory, like you had said, so that means you feel the exact same way about him as you did a few days ago.
Wait, but I had no idea that your brother was doing more than just working on the factory floor. I didn't know he was also part of the team that worked with my company. And he said he never went to college, right?
Ever since high school, my brother has put in a lot of effort working. He went and got himself all kinds of licenses and moved up within the company he's been a part of. And right now, he's at the point where the current CEO loves him. That's how long he's been working for that company and how much effort he's put in for them.
But I had only ever worked with that company's marketing department. Had I known about who he was, then I would never have said such things about him. You should also feel at fault for some of this, considering you didn't even tell me more about him, right?
Even before you started to make fun of my brother, the way you were talking about his line of work turned me off. And even now, my brother is still working time to time on the factory floor, which means that you would have still made fun of him regardless of whatever else I told you about him. Inside of you, Colton, those that work in factories equal lowlives, right?
But come on now, Brinley. This is insane.
What would have happened had I told you the name of the company my brother works for?
Had I known about where he is working, I would have changed my behavior right then.
That's what I thought, and that's why I didn't say anything. I had just assumed you were being a little strange at the time, and after those few slights against my brother, you would have stopped and moved on. But you just kept going and going and going. The next thing out of your mouth being worse than the last. Things were going from you just being strange to straight up rude. And then after a little while longer, I know you were really against him and looked down on him. That's why we're not getting married anymore.
Your brother and his job and your relationship to me shouldn't have anything to do with one another, right?
You really think that I want to marry a man and become a part of his family when he's talking crap about my own brother, who is also like a father to me?
Are you trying to tell me that your brother is more important to you than I am? You really were going to marry me, even though you love him more?
I wanted to marry you because I loved you as a man, as someone that could be my husband. But my brother, I love him as my family, and someone that I will never turn my back on. So when you started to talk like that about him, making fun of his job and calling him a lowlife, my love for you had vanished. The reason we are through is because I finally found out what kind of a person you really are.
I've already shown you to my parents, though, and everything. And all of my friends know about how I will be marrying you. My higher-ups, are you trying to destroy my mental health or something?
I knew it. You really are only trying to save yourself right now. All that's going to happen is everyone will find out that you weren't good enough for me. And at work, they will all continue to be upset at you for souring a partnership that my brother's company had with yours. All you have to do is say you're sorry to all of them and move on. My brother and I don't feel sorry for any of that, though, because we didn't cause any of it. And I'm sure you don't feel sorry for us, do you?
I do, though. Seriously. I know that I did some very stupid things.
Well, it's too late for you to start regretting things now, Colton. I'm sure that at some point you're going to have to say sorry to my brother in order to not have his company stop working with yours. So you can have a word with him then. But as for you and I, this is it.
Please don't say something like that to me. Brinley, I really am sorry. I will apologize to both of you in person for not only talking horribly about him, but for breaking your heart as well.
People don't just change within a few days, you know. To be frank, I don't think you and I are meant for one another. Marriage would have never worked out, and we would have ended up getting a divorce.
I don't think that's true, though. You have a very smart head on you, and you went to a very wonderful school. You are working for a large company now, and that makes you perfect for me. Can't you see that?
After having come this far, the fact that you are only still thinking about things like my education and where I work is why you are not meant for me. Have you not cared about anything that has to do with the person I am on the inside?
I have cared about that. That's why I felt more compatible to you than anyone else. I made sure to do everything I could to get you to love me. I am sorry for the way I think sometimes, but that's due to the fact that everyone around me are pretentious elites. I am the victim here.
That's enough from you. I failed to do the same thing as you, and that was caring and thinking about the true person that you are. I seriously never noticed, with all the time spent around you, that you were such a jerk on the inside.
Brindley, please don't call this marriage off between you and I. Please.
I'm sorry. I will not be able to live a happy life as the wife of some man that thinks it's okay to belittle others like that.
I will change for you, though. Brindley, please forgive me. I really do love you, Brindley. I always have and always will.
I think all of those things you were saying are things you shouldn't be saying if you really loved me. Also, I've been told this by my brother for a long time now. He's told me that any person who thinks it's okay to talk down to others is a lowlife on the inside and should never be bothered with. And that is why this relationship between you and I is officially no more. After that, I was able to get the point across to Colton that things between him and I were really over and we would not be getting married. Of course, there is still a lot more that will happen after this event, though. Such as what'll happen to Colton and the company after what he had said about my brother. I'm not sure how those two companies' relationship will turn out in the end, but what I do know is that the CEO of my brother's company was upset to hear about what Colton had said and made sure to pass all of that along to Colton's higher-ups. Worrying that Colton was not cut out to work in anything that had to do with other companies, the company went and moved Colton into another department. Also, some talk started to arise about how Colton was always treating those that made less than him in the company with pretty rude behavior. So now he's begun to lose a lot of respect from his friends and coworkers and will most likely become a loner as time goes on. I hope that all of this will teach him about how it's not okay to belittle others, no matter what they do or don't do. I am so happy that I learned about the true Colton before we got married and had time to break up with him before having the wedding. I was apologized to by my brother because he started to blame himself for being the reason that I had to break up with Colton. But I told him that it's because of him that I had the strength to leave a man like Colton and move on with myself. That's why I want my brother to be happy about what's happened and not feel any need to apologize for it. And honestly, I want him to know just how much I respect the line of work he's in. He started at the lowest level of that company and grinded all the way to being in a department that helps the company expand. That, to me, is someone that I consider more elite than anyone inside Colton's family. And because of that, I promise to never forget about all my brother did for me and my future, and all the struggles he had to go to in order to be where he is now. That goes for all the people in my life that have supported me and raised me. But when it comes to my brother, there really is a special place in my heart for him, and the way I think about him most is of him in his worker fatigues getting ready to head right back to work. Honestly, right now, I'm not ready to look for anyone to date or marry anymore. But someday, when that drive to find someone special in my life does come again, I want them to be just like my brother, and nothing less.
Hey Esther, I just wanted to congratulate you on your birth. I know that I'm a little late to send this message, but I was so happy to hear the news.
Oh, thank you so much. And it's okay to be a little late. I feel like the brother-in-law gets a bit of a pass.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. Was it really true that you had twins? That's crazy.
Yes, it was even crazier giving birth to them, honestly. But I had 2 boys.
Amazing. That just really is some great news. I really am happy for you to hear that.
Thank you again for that, Jack. That's very sweet of you. Although I really think that the hard part is only going to be from here on out.
I'm sure it won't be easy with 2 kids running around, but I am sure that the happy times will far outweigh the bad ones, right? I mean, you know that we have our son as well, and he's already a handful. I can't really imagine taking care of 2 kids at once.
Yeah, we've already had our hands full with these 2 little ones. I didn't think that I'd already be this worn out, but anyways, thank you so much for reaching out and for your kind words, Jack.
Of course. I almost didn't say anything because I assumed you 2 were so busy.
But I'm really glad that you did, and your gift was just amazing. Those towels were so soft. I'm sure that they're going to be just perfect for when we have to bathe the twins.
I really hope so. I got some ones that I guess our doctor recommended for babies. Although, I guess twins means that all your laundry be double too, huh?
Oh yes, our laundry basket is already full and we just did the washing a couple of days ago. All I know is that there are going to be some serious changes around here. It honestly makes me a little scared just thinking about it.
Like I said, it won't be easy, but it will be all worth it. And if you ever need any help, feel free to come to us for anything, okay?
Well, that's really sweet of you to offer, but isn't Hillary having quite a time of things already? I mean, I would have to guess that your son has probably entered his terrible twos already, right?
Yeah, you've heard right about that. And I know that Hillary is also starting to get to her wit's end. Ever since Junior learned how to walk, we really just haven't been able to take our eyes off of him at all.
I don't blame you. Who knows what a little guy like him might get up to?
It's true, but it also means that we have a bit of experience with babies. So please, don't hesitate to come to us with any questions you might have.
I already feel better knowing that Ted and I aren't alone in raising these two. Thank you so much.
Of course. Although I'm sure that your parents have also offered just as much as I am here. So either way, just know that you have lots of people who want to support you.
Well, you know that my parents don't know everything, right? And of course they're helping us how they can, but it also doesn't help that my family lives so far away. And as for Ted's mother, well, I'm just getting a bit worried about her health. So it really does mean a lot to hear that you're so willing to be there for me.
Of course. And if that's the case, then again, just know that you can come to me with anything.
Excellent. I might just have to take you up on the offer one day.
Although now that I say that, you should also know that I'm going to be getting a bit busy with work from here on out. And I'm actually going to be leaving on a business trip next week so that the house is going to be empty.
Oh, I didn't know that. Where are you going to be on this business trip of yours?
They're actually sending me all the way to India, if you can believe it.
Oh, wow. So it's not just a business trip to another state. You're going to a whole different continent.
Yeah, and this business trip is going to be really, really long time. So I guess you might end up talking to Hillary for advice more than me. But I know that she'll be more than happy to help you out as well. So don't you worry about that.
Oh, thank you so much. I feel so bad that you're already doing so much for us. I don't know what else to say except how grateful I am for you.
It's not a big deal at all. Besides, Hillary is always talking about how she misses taking care of Junior when he was just a little baby. And what's more, we're family. Of course we'd be there for each other.
In that case, if I have any questions next week, I guess I'll reach out and ask Hillary about that. Hey, Esther, are you there? I'm really sorry to be asking this out of the blue, but I have a small favor. Oh, hey there, Hillary. What seems to be on your mind? If I can help you, then I'll do my best. Oh, thank you so much. You really are the best. You see, I would really, really appreciate it if you could look after Junior tomorrow. I know that it's sudden, and I'm really sorry to drop this on you like that. You want me to look after him tomorrow? Yes, if it's possible. You see, a close friend of mine actually passed away recently, and, well, tomorrow is the funeral. I would bring Junior if he were a bit older, but I don't think that he'll be able to sit still and stay quiet through the whole thing, and I'd really like to be there. Oh my gosh, Hillary, I'm so sorry to hear that. If you need me to watch Junior for that, then of course we'll take him for the day. Are you sure? I know that it's last minute and I would hate to put you out, but I would have to leave him at your house early in the morning and I wouldn't return until pretty late. Of course, you take all the time you need, Hillary. I really don't want you to have to worry about anything else. Well, thank you so much for understanding, Esther. This really means so much to me. After all, I know that your kids are still so small. Oh, you don't have to worry about the twins at all. Besides, we're family and we should be there for each other. And I really do understand why you wouldn't want to bring Junior to a funeral. That's obviously a place where you would want everyone to stay quiet and respectful through the whole thing. That's exactly what I'm thinking, and Junior is just in his terrible twos, and he is always running off, and I just don't think I'd be able to keep an eye on him. I was going to go and ask my parents for help with this, but they're just so strict. Well, not only that, but your mother-in-law might not be in the best shape physically to take care of small children. It really is true, though. Ever since my dad passed away a few years ago, my mom's condition has only worsened. I've lost track of the amount of times we've had to take her to the hospital. And we would hate for one of the kids to accidentally pass something on to your mom. I heard that her immune system really isn't what it used to be, so I think it's best if we watch your kids. I would just be so sad if something happened to your mom because she was watching the kids. I am so happy that you understand where I'm coming from. I just feel bad because I have parents, but I can't really ask them for much. So I'm sorry that all of this ends up falling more on you. Oh, you really don't have anything to apologize for at all. After all, my parents live quite far from here, so I understand. I really do wish I had more people who I could go to ask for help, but I think that you're really the only person that I can go to now that Jack is off on his business trip. Oh, that's right. I had almost forgotten. I can't believe that his work sent him all the way to India. Yeah, but he's always going on business trips. This is just the first time in a long time that he's had to go so far away. But it isn't easy either way since he spends so much time out of the house, especially now that we have Junior. I know, it's like you're practically a single parent. That really can't be easy on you at all. But I can relate with how busy my husband is as well. I feel like I do all the parenting around here. Oh, yes, I forgot how busy his work likes to keep my little brother. But you would think that they'd be a little more understanding since you two have twins now. You would hope so, but I don't see that happening anytime soon, to be perfectly honest with you. And now that I'm taking time off of work, I feel bad because now Ted has to work even harder. I mean, twins are literally twice as expensive as having just one baby. And having one baby is already expensive enough, I would know. But I guess maybe this is just our lot in life, isn't it? I suppose for now it might be, yeah. But I'm just really glad that I have someone who can emphasize with the kinds of things that I've been going through now. It's good to know that we both have someone we can count on if we need any help, and thank you so much for agreeing to take Junior. If you ever need a rest for your twins, you just let me know, okay? Whenever I'm free, I'm more than happy to take care of them now and then. Well, thank you so much for saying all of that. It really does mean so much to me. To be honest with you, I've been getting so little sleep lately that every day is starting to feel like a haze. Oh, I understand that. I remember when Junior was a baby, he used to keep Jack up at all hours of the night. I wished so badly I had someone I could ask for help then. Of course, I can completely see why. I mean, one kid or two kids, it's too much work for one person to do. Well, don't you worry about things from now on. You have someone that you can talk to when it gets hard, and who'll help you when they can. It really does make me so happy to know that I have such supportive siblings-in-law. Of course! After all, that's what family does, right? What kind of family would we be if we weren't supporting each other? Well then, look out, because I just might be asking you for a little favor in the future then. As you should. Anyways, I will see you tomorrow when I drop off Junior at your place. It shouldn't be too late in the morning when I do. Oh, Esther, are you there? I was just wondering if you wouldn't mind looking after Junior for me again. You need me to look after your son again? I feel like lately you've been having me look after him every 3 days. I know that it's been kind of often, but I'm just really busy with things here, and it would mean so much to me if you could do this. You know that I don't have anyone else that I can go to for these sorts of things, right? Right, but I'm just saying that it's not even been a month since the first time you asked me to watch Junior. And since then, I feel like I've watched him at least a dozen times. I mean, what could be keeping you so busy that you have to leave him with me so often? If you really don't have anyone else to watch him, maybe you should put off some of these errands. Esther, you know that I'm not trying to get you to watch Junior for me on purpose, right? It's just that these are things that I've had scheduled for a while. I really do understand the first time where you were going to your friend's funeral, but what could be as important as that so that you have to leave him with me? I just have a lot going on in my life right now, okay? I really respect being busy, Hillary, but I also have my hands full with the twins. I'm still barely able to get any sleep because I'm so busy dealing with them. So I really just don't know if I'm up to watch Junior again. He really knows how to take it out of me. I just don't think I can do it this time. Oh, come on. You're going to be just fine. I can just wear him out before I drop him off at your place, right? Then he'll just be sleeping the whole time and it'll be so easy for you. Hillary, please, I just don't think that this is going to work out. I really do feel like I'm already at my limits. I'm tired and I can't take any more. So please, don't make me have to keep telling you now. And please don't just bring him over suddenly like you have before. What are you talking about? I always ask like this if I can bring Junior over. I never just surprise you with him. But how many times have I tried to tell you that I can't watch him before this? There have been plenty of times where I've told you no and you've just dropped Junior off and drove away. I really don't appreciate you pretending like you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, but you still took him in, didn't you? You should have been more clear that you were serious about not watching him. If you really turned me down seriously, then I wouldn't have been so confused by your mixed signals to leave him with you. Except that I have told you in very clear language that I don't want to watch him. Okay, well, saying you don't want to and saying that you can't or won't are different things, aren't they? You really need to be more careful with your language. Besides, weren't you the one talking about how great it is that we're able to be there for each other? I do still think that's great, but I don't think that we're being there for each other. I think it's more like I'm just being there for you. Okay, well, sure, that might be how it seems right now, but that's just because I'm at a busy point in my life. And I thought that I was going to be able to count on you being there for me like you said you were going to. And I really do want to be able to be there for you, but I also need to prioritize myself and rest. And I just really don't feel good today, so I really think that I need to give myself a break. I'm just in no state at all to be able to take care of a little kid right now. Please, you have to do this for me. If you can't take him, then I won't be able to do all of the errands that I need to today. Well, I am telling you that the answer is no. You will just have to find someone else to watch Junior. But the whole reason that I am coming to you about this is because I don't have anyone else at all to ask for this. I thought that you would understand where I'm coming from and want to support me. Why would you talk about being there for me if you weren't going to follow through? Are you really just suggesting that I should leave Junior at home all by himself? I never once said anything like that at all. But you realize that that's what's going to happen if I can't find someone who can watch over Junior, don't you? Not that you even care about what happens to him at this point. Anyways, I'm just going to bring him over to your place, okay? Hold on just 1 second. I am telling you that I don't want to and can't take Junior in. I am so sorry, but something came up and I just really need someone to look after Junior today. I should be there in 10 minutes with him. Thanks so much for doing this. No, this is not going to happen and you really need to cut this out. I don't ever want you to bring Junior around here again. Do you understand? Wait a second. What? Why are you acting this way towards me? You're being so mean. You were the one who told me that I needed to speak to you clearly when it came to this, right? So I am using very strong and clear language to make it clear that I am not going to watch Junior now or ever again. Now tell me, do you understand what I'm saying to you? You are just so horrible. Do you know that? Are you trying to make fun of me or something? I'm not making fun of you, but I'm turning you down. You said that you're on your way with Junior. So I am telling you that I will not be taking care of him. You really have some serious nerve talking to me like that. You think you're better than me? You think that you don't have to help me out? Don't you realize that I'm your sister-in-law? You owe me this. We're family. I really don't think that you get how family works. I mean, you may be my sister-in-law, but that doesn't entitle you to anything. And quite frankly, I really don't want anything to do with you anymore. But I don't understand. Where is this even coming from? Why are you acting this way? I'm only asking you to look after one kid. Are you really telling me that you won't do this for me? I need someone to watch Junior. I don't have anyone else that I can go to. Don't you get that? Well, I think that I have done more than my fair share of helping you out. You've been asking me for help over and over again, and you haven't listened to what I have to tell you at all. And now I just really don't feel like helping you out anymore, okay? And the reason is because you have been forcing me to help you this whole time. I haven't been forcing you to do anything. You told me that you wanted to help me, and I'm just taking you up on the offer. I mean, you already had twins. What difference does one more child make? Besides, we're all family here, aren't we? The fact of the matter is that you're my sister-in-law and I'm older than you, so you need to do what I tell you. That literally makes no sense at all. We're both adults. Why should I listen to you just because you're older? I've been there for you this whole time, and you have really taken advantage of my kindness. But now I am standing up for myself and telling you that I am not going to watch your kid anymore. But you have to. I actually don't have to, thank you very much. My house is not a daycare. Do you understand me? You hardly even leave the house. It's not like you don't have the spare time to be able to do this. I don't get why you can't watch him for me. Are you seriously going to burn your bridge with me over something like this? Don't you realize the effect that's going to have on interacting with the rest of my family? Good luck trying to be a good daughter-in-law when you're acting this way. You are the one who continues to drag Junior over here and drop him off without my permission. In fact, you've basically blackmailed me into doing that several times by saying that if I don't, you'll leave him all on his own.
Besides, you're just asking me to watch Junior so that you can go and cheat on your husband.
Excuse me? How dare you talk to me like that? Just who do you think you are to say something like that to me?
It's me, Hillary. It's your husband, Jack.
What? Do you think that I'm stupid or something? My husband Jack is away on a business trip right now. He's not there with you.
It really is me, Hillary. I got some distressing messages from Esther and came back from my trip. Although I will have to go back and finish my time there in a couple days.
So then, wait, you've really come back?
That's right. Now, what is all this that I'm hearing about you making Esther look after Junior? Because since I've been away, you've been telling me that you've been at home with our son all day.
This can't be happening. Please tell me this is some kind of joke. Did you really come all the way back just because of what Esther was saying?
Well, you were hardly even replying to my messages before now, so I felt like I didn't have a choice. And Esther was telling me all about how you've been leaving Junior with her. So I thought that something must be up back home. I started to do some digging, and that's how I found out about the affair. I know that you've been seen coming in and out of a hotel with some young man. I know that you've even taken him into our house before. I have photo evidence, so don't try and deny it.
No, you've got this all wrong. This is just one big misunderstanding.
Oh, really? And just what do I have wrong here, huh?
I mean, me and that guy, we weren't actually seeing each other. I was just with him to kill time, but it really wasn't serious. You have to believe me.
So you decided to cheat on me to kill time. Is that what you're telling me? I guess I just thought that you had found a better way to spend your free time while I was away.
I don't even know what to say to this. You have to know that I never meant to hurt you at all.
Then let me tell you what's going to happen next since I have to return to India. I'm going to hire a divorce lawyer and you're going to sign whatever paperwork he gives you that ends our wedding. Got it? Then I'm going to sue you for your affair and make you pay for cheating on me. Finally, I'm going to get full custody of Junior and take care of him.
No, you can't do that to me. It isn't fair. Please, Jack, can't we talk about this? You can't just destroy my family like this. I don't want to lose you or Junior.
Well, you should have thought about that before you chose to run around with some other man. I thought that losing us like this would have been just what you were hoping for.
Of course not. I would never want to lose either of you. I don't know what I'd do with you both. Oh, please don't do this to me.
Why are you so upset about losing Junior now? It's not like you were spending all that much time with him since I left. You were just leaving him with his aunt while you had all the fun you wanted.
Please, Jack, you have no idea how hard it is being a single mother like this. I needed a break, that's all.
I really am not interested in whatever excuses you've come up with to try and excuse this. I want a divorce, and that's final.
But you can't just decide that. You and I have to talk about this.
Why? You were the one cheating on me. You were the one finding ways to get rid of Junior for the day. And you were the one forcing Esther to take care of him. You've only cared about yourself this whole time, and suddenly you think that we have to care about what you want? I'm never, ever going to forgive you for what you've done, and if I never see you again, I'll be happy. Anyways, you'll be hearing from my lawyer soon enough. Please don't make this take any longer than it needs.
You can't just end the conversation like this. Please, Jack, there is still so much more to talk about. Jack, please come back. You can't just leave me like this. Jack? Hello? Esther? Is anyone there? After that, Jack followed through on what he had said and hired a lawyer to handle the divorce while he returned to India to complete his assignment abroad. Hillary was made to pay for her affair and lost custody of Junior. Thankfully, Jack's work was very understanding and insisted that he return home to be with his son and get a handle on his affair. Jack returned back home and moved with Junior into his parents' house while he looked for a new place to live. While at his parents' house, Hillary began to show up and shout things at Jack and Junior from the street. The situation got so bad that Jack once again had to take Hillary to court and had a restraining order placed against her. I could only wonder at the effect all this would have on Junior growing up. But after that, Hillary stopped bothering Jack and even stopped messaging me. I heard she sold all her things and used the money to move to a new city where nobody would know her. Now that things have settled down, it's much better. Jack and Junior were able to move into a nice condo in the city, and Jack hasn't been sent on a business trip in a month. The two of them come over to my house frequently as the twins have grown quite attached to their cousin after spending so much time with him. Of course, I'm sad about how things ended up with Hillary, since I really did think that we'd be able to get along better. But I'm glad that we're all doing so well with moving on with our lives. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hey Mom, are you there? I just want to thank you so much for the peaches that you sent. They just married. I literally just ate one and it was so good. So thank you. Did you get them from the same place as where you sent those peaches from last year?
Oh, wow. I didn't expect them to arrive at your place so quickly. But yes, I went to the same place since you all seemed to enjoy the peaches so much last year. I went to Jones's farm and they were happy to see me back again.
Ah, I see. Well, we really appreciate it. We've had to cut back a bit on eating fruit since food prices are getting so high. But I just wanted to tell you that Linda also says thank you for the peaches as well.
Well, it really is my pleasure, especially in light of how expensive everything is getting these days. I mean, I feel like I'm shocked by the prices of the store every single time that I go out to shop. So I certainly hope that you and Linda are doing all right with how things are going. Are things okay at home? You're not having too much trouble with the cost of living, are you?
Well, it feels like we're getting along okay for now, to be honest. I'm just glad that we're both still working. That's a huge help.
Of course. You know, back in my day, you used to be able to provide for a family on just one income. But it seems like just about everyone is working these days. By the way, how is Linda doing? I feel like I haven't really spoken with her all that much since the start of the year, and I can't even remember when either of you last came to visit me at my house. Have you two both really been busy with things over there?
I mean, yeah, sort of. We just always have a lot of work to do, and it feels like we hardly ever get a break.
Oh my. Well, I certainly hope that the two of you are remembering to take care of your health. After all, Linda's birthday's coming up soon, isn't it? By the way, I was thinking of what I should get her, but do you have any ideas?
You really don't need to get her anything at all if you don't want to, Mom.
Oh, come on, Greg. Why wouldn't I want to send her a gift on her birthday?
Well, because you would only be doing it to be polite, right? And since your birthday is also coming up, If you got Linda something, she would feel obligated to get you something. And I'm really sorry to say, but I don't think that we can really be affording to send people with presents.
You know that I don't give gifts with the expectation of getting anything back, don't you, son? I mean, when I gave her a gift last year, I also told her that she didn't have to get me anything either then. I'm not really sure where you're getting these ideas from at all, Greg.
Oh, right. I guess that I must have forgotten about that since I'm so busy these days. But yeah, you really don't have to send her anything this year.
Are you sure about that? I mean, if that's really what you want, then I guess I won't send anything. But if Linda says anything to you about it, you just tell her that you told me not to give her anything, okay?
Yeah, of course. If Linda has anything to say about it, I'll let her know. But you also remember to take care of yourself, okay, Mom? I mean, we barely started summer, and these hot days are not going to be stopping anytime soon. So just be careful when you leave the house, okay?
Oh, thank you for worrying, son, but I'm sure that I'll be okay. Your father and I take very good care of each other's health. In fact, we even went to go hike a mountain just a few weeks ago.
Mom, come on. You can't be doing these sort of things. We've talked about this before, haven't we? I told you that you're too old to be acting like this.
I'm sorry, but I really don't think that I'm too old to go outside and hike on a trail. And it wasn't a steep hike or anything, so it's really fine. But thank you for always worrying about your dad and I. I'll be sure to pass along to your dad that you said that. Anyways, I'm glad to hear that you two are hanging in there. And please tell Linda that I'd love to have you two over once work settles down a bit for you both.
Hey, Mom, are you there? I need to talk to you about something really quick.
Oh, hello, Greg. Yes, I have a bit of time to talk. I actually just finished vacuuming the house and was about to sit down for a while.
Well, the thing is, I kind of have a favor that I want to ask of you. Is that alright?
Well, I suppose that I can't really say until you ask me, but it's not something bad, is it?
I don't know. I'm not sure that you're gonna like this, but...
Oh, come on, son, just tell me what it is already. You're not going to keep me guessing forever, are you?
I just want to make sure that you're ready to hear what I have to say, because I think that it might come out as a bit of shock to you is all. Okay, so the thing is that Linda's actually about $30,000 in debt.
Wait, Linda is $30,000 in debt? When did this happen? How did she rack up an amount like that?
Yes, it's really true. I wouldn't lie to you about something like this, Mom. You know that.
I suppose not, but... Well, Linda just always struck me as the responsible one out of the two of you. So I guess I'm just a little bit surprised to hear that she's the one in all of this debt and not you.
I know that you have this image of this in your head, Mom, but it doesn't mean that it's true. And things are really quite different at our house behind closed doors. In fact, Linda has actually been really bad with money ever since the two of us met.
Oh, really? I had no idea about that at all. I must say that this comes as a bit of a shock to me. I mean, what would she even need $30,000 for anyways?
She's just always going on little shopping sprees online and using the credit card to buy whatever she wants. Linda tells me that it's her way of relieving stress, but it's a really expensive method. And anyways, it wasn't just one purchase. She's racked up this huge debt over many, many purchases over time.
I see. So then it's not just the amount, but it's also the interest that's been accumulating on the credit.
Yeah, and I thought I'd be able to handle it on my own, but I just don't think that I can anymore. So I feel really bad for asking, but can I get any kind of help with this? I promise to pay you back when I can, when I'm able to. We're just in a bit of a pickle.
I suppose I could help, but is there a certain amount that you're hoping I'll give?
Anything will help, really. You could give 100 or 1,000, whatever you felt comfortable giving.
Well, that doesn't really help me all that much, Greg. How much money do you have to pay back with now?
I have about $1,000 that I can contribute right now.
But that means that there's $29,000 left to pay back, doesn't it? Do you have any plan at all to be able to pay back the rest of what Linda owes?
Well, both of Linda's parents have passed away, so I can't exactly go to them for help. I've thought about asking friends for donations too,
Well, I think that is one of the fastest ways that people lose friends.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it too. And then that left me thinking about selling my car. I don't know, I'll just do anything for money at this point.
But if you lose your car, then how are you supposed to get to and from work? Don't you both commute by car?
Yes, we do both commute by car, and it is true that taking public transportation would make our commutes last much longer. But it might be our only choice.
Okay, I understand the situation. I can give you $30,000 that you need.
Wait, Mom, hold on. Are you serious? I mean, are you really sure about this?
Yes, son, I'm actually here with your father and I'm showing him these messages now. And your father agrees that it's just best if we give you the money that you need this time.
Mom, Dad, I don't know what to say at all right now. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry to have to come to you with this problem, but thank you.
Now, we are going to be helping you with this money, but in exchange, you and Linda have to come and visit us more often. After all, even for us, $30,000 is a lot of money, okay? And I also want a promise from the both of you not to spend beyond your means anymore. I mean it. I don't want this to be a reoccurring thing. Do you understand me?
Of course I understand, Mom. I promise you that as soon as we finish dealing with the debt, that Linda and I will make an effort to go and visit you and Dad. Thank you so much for this again.
Okay, I'm glad we understand each other. I'll arrange the money to be ready by next week. You should be able to come over this weekend to pick it up from us.
Great, this is so amazing. I have to go and tell Linda about this.
Yes, she should know all about this as well. Of course, I know that she might be embarrassed to come and visit us now that we know about her shopping habits. But just tell her that neither your father nor I are mad at her in the slightest. We just want you both to promise to be a little more responsible with your money from here on out, okay? Hello there, Rachel. It's been some time since the two of us have last talked, hasn't it? Oh, well, if it isn't Linda. Oh, it's just so nice to hear from you. I take it that this is about the money, yes? Well, I guess that's one way that you could put it. I will take the money, but, well, I suppose you've already heard the story from Greg, haven't you? Yes, he told me a little bit about what's been going on at home with you two. Well, then please know how sorry I am for all of this, Rachel, but I'm only messaging to give you my final goodbye. Wait, what? What do you mean your final goodbye? I'm a bit lost with that. The thing is that Greg and I have actually decided to get a divorce. Hold on a second. You and my son are going to be getting divorced? Do I understand that right? Yes, I'm afraid that we talked and it's what we both agreed to. I'm sorry, Linda, but don't you think that's a little unfair? I'm putting up the money to get you out of your debt and you turn around and divorce my son? You do realize that Greg was the one who came to talk to me and arranged all this for you, right? Don't tell me that you were always just marrying him to try and pay off your debt. My debt? I'm sorry, Rachel, but I really have no idea what you're talking about. And if anyone has married anyone for money, then it's your son marrying me for mine. Not only that, but while I've been working hard to provide for us, your son was out cheating on me. Wait a second, are you telling me that my son has been cheating on you? That's right, but that's not all. He used up all my savings that I had from before we were married to carry out his affair. And he never contributed anything to the household at all. I just can't stand his behavior any longer, and so we're getting a divorce. Hold on just a second, I haven't heard about any of this at all. This isn't what Greg told me. But I thought you said that you just heard about the situation from Greg, right? Yes, but he told me that you were in some $30,000 of debt. I thought that Greg was coming to me to ask for help in your place, but what you're saying is completely different. I really don't know what to say to any of that except for that I don't have any debt. It sounds to me like Greg might be lying to you. Although now that I think about it in the divorce, it's about $30,000 that Greg is going to owe me for his affair. And if you're worried that I might be misleading you as well, I have plenty of evidence that Greg has been cheating on me. If you'd like, I can show you some so that we can clear up any confusion between us. But then, are you really trying to tell me that my son lied to me? I'm afraid that's the way that it seems, Rachel. I told Greg to tell you about the divorce, but I guess he had a different story for you. To be honest, I'm quite surprised that he would lie to you like that. Linda, I am so sorry for thinking poorly of you over this. I had no idea that Greg was capable of something so horrible. I should have never blamed you for any of this. I really am sorry for that. You don't have anything to apologize for at all, Rachel. You were lied to, and you didn't know what the truth was. If I had a son and he did something like this, I would also be quite upset. I'm just glad that we were able to clear this up with each other before things went any further. Of course, but, well, I still just feel so sorry for the way I was thinking about you. I'm curious, though, do you think that we could meet up? I really would like to hear more about what's happened between you and Greg. Oh, yes, I completely understand. I think that we could find some time to talk this out, and don't worry about me talking to you. I'm over Greg and won't hold anything he's done to me against you. I really am so sorry for the idiotic way my son has been treating you. Please, don't apologize for him to me anymore. He doesn't deserve your kindness or my forgiveness. But we'll talk soon, and I'll give you all the details then. Hello, Greg. Do you have a moment to talk about Linda's debt? It's just that it's been a few days since I gave you the money.
Mom, I am so sorry to do this to you. But Linda told me today that she wants to get a divorce. She's just going to take the money that you were generous enough to give her and run away.
Oh, that really is okay. I'm not bothered about that.
Not bothered? What do you mean? Don't tell me that you're going to try to confront her or something like that. I don't think you'd even be able to get a hold of her.
Don't tell me that you've blocked my number on her phone, Greg.
What do you mean? Why would you ask me something like that?
I just heard that you told her not to talk to your parents if she was going to divorce you. And I heard that last night you made her block my number and even delete my contact.
Mom, what in the world are you talking about?
Greg, I know that you've been lying to me this whole time. I know the whole truth. Linda told me everything.
Wait a second. Are you saying that you think I'm lying? Mom, how could you?
Linda actually came to talk to me not that long ago, and she was kind enough to tell me all the ways that you've been lying to me. Not only that, she told me about how you cheated on her and used her own savings to fund your cheating. Did you really think that you were going to get away with this?
Mom, wait. You've got this all wrong. You really do. She's lying to you. Linda's just trying to trick you.
Why? Why would she need to lie to me about anything?
Because of her debt, Mom, remember? She owes all that money, and she's just looking for a way to get a way of stealing it from you.
You know, you might have a point if Linda hadn't shown me her proof of you cheating on her. The photos, recordings, videos even. She even has you on tape admitting to the affair.
It's all fake. She edited my voice to make it sound like I said that. And the photos are all just AI. It's all fake. I'm telling you. Please, Mom, you're just too old to be able to understand these kind of scams, but they're real. It's just the day and age we live in.
Oh, give me a break already, Greg. I know that you were already going through the divorce process. And I know that the $30,000 isn't really for Linda, but it was what you owed her for your affair. I may be old, but I'm not stupid, and I'm not going to let you lie to me any longer.
Please, Mom, I really did think that I had met the woman of my dreams.
What are you talking about now?
I'm talking about the other woman, of course. It's only now that I finally see that she's the person I want to be with. I just met the soulmate in the wrong order. But I know that if you met her, you really like her too. She's so much better than Linda. You have to believe me.
You really are stupid, you know that? You think I'm going to forgive you if you introduce me to your new girlfriend? Because if you think that that's going to make any difference to me at all, then you are dead wrong. Honestly, you already had someone who was there for you and who would have been a good partner had you not stabbed her in the back. I don't want to meet anyone else that you're with if you're just going to treat them like this.
Mom, please, you can't listen to what Linda's been saying about me. It's all lies, so you'll take her side over mine. I'm telling you that Linda was only interested in me for the money.
That isn't true, though, and Linda has only been honest with me about what's been going on between the two of you. As for the money, I think that Linda is perfectly within her rights to sue you for the affair. You did something bad and deserve to be punished for it.
But, Mom, why can't you see that you're being tricked right now?
Because the only time that I was being tricked was when you lied to me about what you need that money for. I know that Linda doesn't actually have any debt at all. You just wanted me to pay for the legal fees that you were saddled with after Linda sued you for cheating on her. Well, I'll have you know that you are going to pay me back every cent of that money. After all, you two still aren't divorced, right? So you should still have that money.
But Mom, if I give you that money back then, how am I supposed to pay off the money that I owed to Linda?
I think that you'll just have to pay her what you can and take out a loan to afford the rest. But I am not going to be paying for you to get away with cheating on your poor wife.
Mom, I don't understand why you're acting like this. I'm your son. You're supposed to be on my side.
I'm not having this conversation with you. You did cheat on your wife, didn't you? If that's the case, then I don't see why I should change. Why don't you just sell your car? I'm sure you'll be able to make something from that.
Please don't do this to me, Mom. I really want to marry that woman I'm with now, and I can't do it without any money.
I don't really care what you want to happen. You got yourself into this mess, and it's not my job to bail you out. Besides, are you sure that she even wants to be with you after she realizes how broke you are?
Don't say that, Mom. Of course she wants to be with me. She wouldn't leave me.
You really need to get a grip. I mean, you have much more pressing matters to worry about now. But Linda told me all about how you've basically tricked this other woman into thinking that you're rich. But you should also know that Linda reached out to this other woman and made sure that she knew the truth of your financial situation.
No, you aren't serious, right? She didn't actually do that, did she? Hold on a second. Why can't I get a hold of her anymore? What's going on?
Oh, I imagine that woman has probably blocked your number by now. Not that I can blame her.
Mom, please, what am I gonna do? You have to help me. Things were supposed to happen like this.
This isn't my problem, and I won't be helping you out of it, Greg. You've caused all this damage yourself, so now it's your job to fix it. Do you understand? After that, Greg and Linda did end up getting divorced, and Greg was forced to pay Linda the $30,000 as part of the settlement for his affair. Because he cheated, Greg was also not entitled to get anything from an estate split. By the time everything was said and done, Greg was left practically penniless. He had to take out a loan to afford what was left to pay Linda after having sold his car. I hear that he's something like $15,000 in debt now. Because the house belonged to Linda as well, Greg was forced to go out and find a real job and place to live. I hear that he's working multiple part-time jobs in a tiny apartment. As for Linda, she took the money that she got from Greg, sold her house, and used it to start a new life in a new town. I haven't heard from her or Greg since. Although I'm saddened by how things went between Greg, Linda, and myself, I'm doing my best to move on with my life. I certainly wasn't expecting to be lied to by my son like that, but I hope that one day I'll be able to find it in my heart to forgive him. And I hope that if and when that day comes, that Greg will be someone worth forgiving. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Chloe, are you serious about the child support payment? I don't think I could do that for you.
Are you talking about the one-time payment? Of course I'm serious. I won't take back what I said. I'm worried you might refuse to pay child support in the future if I don't get all of the amount paid at once. I can't trust you. I thought you agreed when I told you this during our divorce mediation.
I didn't really agree with you. I just said that I'll think about it. Sabrina is still in elementary school. It's going to be a crazy amount if I have to pay all that child support at once. Can you imagine how hard that's going to be for me?
What? So are you telling me that you can't pay for your daughter? You don't love her anymore now that you don't have custody of her? How can you call yourself a father? Don't ever act like one in front of Sabrina anymore. I bet this kind of attitude of yours is the reason why I won the right to live with Sabrina.
Chloe, don't bring up the topic of child custody. That's an entirely different story. And I'm not really complaining about the amount. It's possible for me to pay for all at once. I do have a pretty high income.
Then what are you complaining about? Just accept it, can't you?
Chloe, do you remember the reason why we got divorced? It's because you're a big spender and extravagant with money.
God, are you blaming me for our divorce now? You really have no idea. That's obviously not the only reason. It's not just my fault. Don't blame me when you're also to be blamed. You're clearly at fault more than me. You're the one who has no idea.
First of all, I really don't understand why you got custody over Sabrina. I would object to the court's decision if I can. And now you're making me pay for child support all at once. How can I just accept everything without complaining at all? I think I should have more say in this.
Who do you think you are, Josh? You think you're better than me, huh? Do you remember what happened at your company before we got married? There's no way you have forgotten about it already. I remember.
It's true that my company faced some financial difficulties in the past, but it was just that once. And it was a long time ago. Why do you have to bring that up now? We're actually doing great right now. We're doing better than ever, actually.
But you can't guarantee that your company will continue to do well in the future. Show me proof. I know that there's no way to prove, so because you're not sure about it either, I have to make sure I get what I'm supposed to get. You might refuse to pay if your company faces another financial crisis.
Then prove to me that you won't use up all the money I pay you right now. You might be planning to use it up all by yourself and leave nothing for Sabrina. I can't trust you because I know how big a spender you are, Chloe. I'm really scared you might actually use it up. I'm willing to pay you an equal amount every month. Do you really need me to pay everything at once? Do you have any other good reasons for asking me that?
I know you're just saying this because you don't want to pay me money. Let me tell you something. Statistics show that payment rates for child support are really low. My request should make sense to you, no?
I don't care about the stats. It doesn't apply to me. I'm telling you that I'm willing to pay you monthly. Can't you see that I'm willing to pay?
You might be willing now, but how about in the future? Would you be willing if your company faces another financial issue in the future? We can never be sure of that. Or are you going to make a vow here that you'll pay me no matter what? Even if you had to go into debt?
I'll do that if it's for my daughter. I'll risk everything for Sabrina.
I don't care if you're willing or not to do anything for Sabrina. That's not the point. If your company goes bankrupt and you end up going into debt or to pay for child support, the amount that you initially agreed to pay might be reduced. If the amount gets reduced, it's Sabrina who's going to suffer, okay? Do you want your daughter to suffer financially because of you?
Okay, you have a point. I'll pay you all the child support at once like you wanted to. I won't object if you would guarantee a better life for Sabrina. I wish for her happiness the most.
If you're going to end up agreeing to my request, do it without complaining. What was the point of the conversation we just had now? Make sure you pay me everything at once. I won't let you meet Sabrina until you pay me everything.
I'll talk to my lawyer so that we can both get a copy of the document about the payment with our signs on it. That should be enough to make you feel assured.
Contact me again when the documents are ready. Don't try to persuade me again. I'm not going to take back what I said.
I know, I won't. So don't worry. Chloe, you have to promise me. The money I'm paying you is for Sabrina and her future. Don't you ever misunderstand that. Promise me that you won't use it for yourself. Promise me that you'll use it for Sabrina and keep it for her future.
I know. You don't have to tell me that over and over again. I'm her mother, okay? And I won the right to live with her when you didn't. The court knew that I'll be a better parent for her than you. Just accept it and get it over with, Josh.
Chloe, I just transferred all the money to your bank account. Can you check if it was correctly transferred to you when you have the time?
Oh, that was quick. We just met up yesterday to finalize our agreement. I can't believe you were complaining until the very last minute.
Chloe, I told you this already. The one-time payment itself wasn't a problem for me. It was more of a problem about trust. I'm a CEO. It's not hard for me to pay you that amount of money.
Okay, I know. Thanks for the money. Is that all you wanted to tell me? I'm busy. I can't waste time on you.
Wait a minute. There's more that I want to say. I paid you everything at once. I kept my promise. So now it's your turn to keep your promise.
Promise? What promise am I supposed to keep? I don't remember promising you anything.
I'm talking about when I'll be able to see Sabrina. You told me that I won't be able to see her until I paid the agreed amount. Now that I've paid you, I should have the right to see her. I want to talk about that in detail.
I thought we agreed that you'll see her once every month. What else is there to decide?
We still haven't decided the date and time. We did get divorced, but that doesn't change the fact that Sabrina is still my precious daughter. I miss her a lot. I have to make sure that I get to meet her every month.
Oh, okay, about that. Right. We still haven't decided the specific dates of when you're going to meet Sabrina. Josh, do we really have to start this month? We're both busy this month. We'll arrange a date next month.
What? No way. We're starting this month. I haven't been able to meet Sabrina since we got divorced. I cannot stand not meeting her any longer. I paid you like I promised. You have to keep your promise as well. Of course we're starting this month.
It's just been a few weeks. Can't you be more patient?
It's all because you made a tantrum about the share of property you're going to get and how much I'm supposed to pay you for child support during the discussion we had the other day. We didn't have time to decide about the specifics of when I'll be meeting Sabrina. I'm not asking you for much. You could at least let me meet Sabrina by the end of this month. I paid you everything like I promised. You should also do what you're supposed to do.
You paid money to meet your own daughter. Sounds a bit funny, doesn't it? Feels illegal for some reason. It's as if you're buying your own child.
There's nothing funny about it. I'm dead serious. This is really important for me. You have no right to refuse here. You can't stop me from meeting Sabrina. She's my daughter, and we agreed on this before we got divorced.
I know. Calm down, Josh. I was just joking. You're no fun to be around. You don't have to get so angry.
It's a big deal for me. I'll obviously lose my calm if you don't keep your promise. Please, Chloe, I really hope you take this seriously too.
Okay, I'll take it seriously. But I wasn't joking when I said that I was busy this month.
Why? You don't have a job now? Why would you be so busy?
That's why I'm busy. I need to find a job. I don't want you meeting Sabrina in private without me being there.
Okay, I get that you're busy, but you can at least make some time for Sabrina. She misses me too. She asked me when we'll be meeting again. I don't want to pressure you or anything, but I'm really desperate here. I don't want to keep Sabrina waiting.
You keep in touch with Sabrina without my permission? How come I didn't know that you two text each other regularly? You never told me that.
No, I did tell you, and it was your idea to get Sabrina her own phone. Why are you so surprised?
That was back when we just got married. We'll have to cut back on expenses now that I'm a single mother. I might have to think about selling her phone. It was too early to get her one anyways.
You should be able to cover for her phone bills using what I paid you. What did I pay you for if you're cutting back on the expenses used for Sabrina? You get to live with her, so you might not understand, but I miss her a lot. She misses me too. Can't you at least keep in touch with her?
I'm her only parent now. I have the right to decide everything about her. You're no longer her parent, don't forget that. Can I go now? I want to check if the money was transferred to my account like you told me.
Hey, we still haven't decided the dates on when I'm going to meet Sabrina. Or is there a reason why you don't want me to meet Sabrina? What are you hiding from me?
Josh, isn't it natural for me to think that I don't want my daughter to meet my divorced husband? And I told you that I'm really busy this month. Hello? Haven't you been paying attention?
But you have no right to forbid me from meeting Sabrina. And you don't ever take her phone away just because I text her regularly. You're going overboard. Chloe, you're being too controlling of your daughter.
Really? I don't think so. I'll let you meet Sabrina by the end of this month. We'll talk again later.
What? You think this is funny? Chloe, we haven't decided anything yet.
I don't care. I think we decided enough. If you're going to complain, I can forbid you completely from seeing Sabrina.
You have no right to do that.
Oh, I don't know. Bye, I'm going now. I have plans today. See ya, Josh.
Sabrina, are you home? Are you okay?
Dad, I can't find Mom anywhere. I don't know where she is. She left yesterday and didn't come home. I'm alone in the house. I'm scared.
I know, Sabrina, you were a really good girl. Mom's with the police now, so everything will be okay now. I'm sorry to keep you waiting.
What do you mean? Why is Mom with the police? Did she do something bad?
No, Sabrina, just forget it. I should have said that. It's too complicated for you to understand. It's okay. Sabrina, don't worry.
Where is Mom? When is she coming home? I don't want to be alone anymore.
We'll be on our way to pick you up, Sabrina. Mom has something to do, so she can't come home yet. You will be living with Dad from today. Is that okay, Sabrina?
I'm living with you? Dad and me? Yes! I'm so happy. I missed you, Dad. Dad, when are you coming to pick me up?
Sabrina, listen. Dad also has something really important to do, so Grandma and Grandpa will be coming to pick you up, okay? Be a good girl and wait for them at home. Do you think you can do that, Sabrina?
Grandma and Grandpa are coming? Yay! I'm going to be a good girl. I can wait.
Good girl. I'm going to finish everything real quick so that I can see you as soon as possible. So be a good girl and wait at Grandma and Grandpa's house until I can pick you up, okay?
Okay. When are you coming to pick me up, Dad?
I don't know, but I'll do my best to finish quickly. It might be pretty long, but do you think you can wait for me? Sabrina, you might be asleep by the time I arrive.
Okay.
But we'll travel together tomorrow. We'll go wherever you want to go, Sabrina. I heard Mom was busy, so I bet you haven't been able to travel for a while.
Yeah. Mom hasn't been coming home. She doesn't really come home. Mom told me not to tell you, but it was the first time she didn't come home for the whole day, so I decided to text you. She usually comes home at the end of the day.
I see. Thank you for telling me. Sabrina, I have to leave now. I promise I'll finish everything as quickly as possible. Make sure you decide where you want to go tomorrow until I come and pick you up, okay?
Okay.
Josh, you planned everything, huh? You ruined my life. I got arrested by the police because of you. It's all your fault.
I guess you're out already, if you're texting me like this. That was faster than I thought. I was hoping you'll stay there forever. Too bad, though. You sound more energetic than I expected. Good for you.
Nothing's good for me. Who do you think caused all of this mess? How much do you think I paid because of you? You should compensate for my loss.
Are you talking about the fine you had to pay? You think it's my fault? Well, it's actually all your fault. You are to be blamed. Reflect on your actions.
Why is it my fault? I did nothing wrong. I just went out for a bit and left Sabrina at home for a few hours. That's all. How come you called the police on me for just that?
Have you lost your mind? A few hours. You left Sabrina at home all alone while you went out on your trip. You must have really lost your mind. Are you crazy? If I hadn't called the police on you, when were you planning to come back? How can you leave your daughter alone for days?
First of all, why do you know about all this? I don't think I've told you about it.
When I asked you when I'll get to meet Sabrina the other day, you said you were very busy. But you didn't tell me the specific reason for why you were so busy, and you were really eager to check if I transferred the money I paid you for child support to your bank account.
So what?
I knew at that moment that you were planning to use the money for yourself, not for Sabrina. So I checked your social media later that day. When I checked your latest post, you wrote that you were going to take a trip right now, but I couldn't find Sabrina in any of the photos you posted on social media. Strange, isn't it? You're a mother of a young girl.
So that's why you called the police on me?
It was easy to locate you, thanks to the information you posted on your account. I also had to visit the police station for questioning, and I wasn't able to pick up Sabrina myself, which is a pity, but I asked my parents to pick her up on my behalf, so she would be fine.
I can't believe it. How can you do this to me? How can you call the police on your ex-wife? We used to love each other, but once we've separated, you think you can do whatever you want to me. What if it was all a misunderstanding, and you did all of this for nothing?
I don't mind. I'll be glad that my daughter wasn't neglected. The worst case scenario for me would be you finding out about me reporting you and running away before the police can get you. So I knew that I had to act fast to get you in handcuffs as soon as possible.
God, Josh, I never knew you were this kind of person. Well, now that I'm out of jail, I need Sabrina to come back to live with me. I know you took her to your house. You can't stop me. I'll be in front of your door before you realize.
How can I ever let my daughter live with someone like you who neglects her own daughter and prioritizes her leisure? Sabrina is staying with me.
Stop with all the nonsense. Sabrina is my daughter and I'm her mother. I also have custody over her, and I thought we already agreed on that long ago. Just give her back to me.
Actually, I have custody. I have the right to live with her. I've already spoken to my lawyer about it, so he can contact you very soon. Just relax and wait for the official documents to arrive.
What? You're not making any sense. Why would you have custody over her now?
Reflect on your actions, Chloe. You deserve it. You have no right nor trust for being a parent. You have absolutely no right to call yourself a mother. There is no way you'll be granted the right to take care of her at home. There is nothing you can change at this point. Just shut up and wait until my lawyer contacts you.
Josh, I've already received child support from you. We can't just change everything now.
Well, it's not you who's going to decide that. First of all, you don't have the right to do so after what you did. And I have something I want to tell you regarding child support.
Oh, I also need to talk to you about that. I had to pay a fine because of you. I lost so much money. You have to pay me extra for the amount I lost.
No, I won't. That's impossible.
How is that impossible? I thought I was able to ask for additional child support when I needed more.
Let me remind you something. The money I paid you is for Sabrina, not for you. I thought I explained this to you 1,000 times already.
So what?
I told you that you're supposed to use it for Sabrina, but you still decided to use it all up for yourself. I know that's the reason why you wanted me to pay it all at once. You were planning to deceive me all along. I should have known better.
Josh, you're making me sound like a criminal. Can you stop exaggerating? You're the one who misunderstood everything. It's your fault. And don't forget that it's your responsibility to pay child support. It's your duty as a father, okay? I don't know why you're complaining so much. Honestly, you don't have the right to complain.
No, I have the right. Having to pay back the money received as child support rarely happens, because obviously good parents use it for their child, unlike you, but it's possible to ask for a repayment if the child support was used wrongly. I bet you didn't know that, huh?
Josh, it's your duty to pay child support. Why am I ever going to give it back to you? What are you talking about? I've never used the money wrongly. There's no way I'm going to give it back to you.
You made me pay so that you can use it all for yourself, and you used it for your leisure. You clearly used it wrongly. I have the right to get it back from you. And don't forget that I have custody over Sabrina now. You don't need the money anymore. If you're not going to take care of Sabrina, you're definitely paying me back everything I gave you as child support.
Wait a minute, Josh. Are you going to make me pay you back everything you gave me? Like the whole thing?
Of course. I paid you in a one-time payment, so you should also do the same.
You should know better than that. I used the money to go on the trip, remember? And I also bought some brand bags and accessories just after you paid me, so I barely have any left. There's no way I can pay you back all at once.
Yeah, I saw you bragging about the brands you bought on social media. It made me nauseous when I saw those posts. You're really rotten to the core.
Josh, you know that it's impossible for me to pay you back if you saw my social media. I don't have the money. If you're gonna live with Sabrina from now on, let me at least keep the money. I can't lose both at once.
None of my business. I'm definitely making you pay all the money back I paid you as child support. The money I gave you is for our daughter. It's not for your pocket money. You took advantage of your daughter so that you can get money. It's unacceptable behavior.
How about Sabrina? I bet she wants to live with her mother. I bet she's complaining about having to live with you from now on. Give her back to me. She loves me more than you. She obviously prefers to live with me.
Okay, listen, that's not really important after everything you did to her.
If she prefers to live with me, I should have custody, don't you agree? That means I'll need more money as child support. Just agree to pay extra and give her back to me now.
I never knew you were this dumb. During the past months after we got a divorce, can you imagine how lonely Sabrina felt when you were away? I know this trip wasn't the first time you left her alone at home.
Well, yeah, but...
There's no way you can call yourself a mother at this point. And Sabrina said that she doesn't want to live with you anymore. The only thing I can do now is separate you from her for her happiness.
Does that mean you're not going to give me any more money?
Clearly, yes. Stop objectifying your daughter and using her money as if it's yours. Sabrina has her own life to live, and it's her money to use when she's in need. It was all Sabrina's to begin with, so hurry up and give it back to her, thief. Shortly after that, the court reversed its decision and child custody was officially handed over to me. Chloe was demanded to pay everything I paid her as child support in a one-time payment. But because she's broke, her parents paid us back on her behalf. And now Chloe is forbidden from coming near Sabrina, so if she ever tries to get in touch with her again, I won't hesitate to call the police. After all the mess she made, Chloe went back to live with her parents, and I've heard that she's working hard to pay her parents back the money that they paid on her behalf. She had used up most of the money I paid her as child support, so it's probably going to take her a while to gather all that money. Sabrina, on the other hand, moved in with me, and we're a happy family of two. It's a challenge to balance my work and childcare, but with the support from my parents, I think I'm managing life pretty well. I promised myself not to make Sabrina feel lonely ever again. I love her, and she's my treasure.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Hey, Fryer, pick up the phone.
What's going on? Why are you calling so many times in the middle of the night like this? Is something wrong?
I don't care. I'm at work in the middle of the day and you're calling me over and over again. I'm on a business trip overseas trying to take care of things and here you are still sleeping. It's like you're just laying around doing nothing while I'm working my butt off. How can you just live off me like this? How can you be so carefree while I'm over here taking care of everything?
But I do help you with your company's work, don't I? I contribute in my own way.
Help? Compared to what I'm doing, that's nothing. Honestly, you're not doing anything that matters. You're avoiding your real responsibility. You're neglecting what's expected of a woman.
What? What do you mean? What's expected of a woman?
Don't pretend you don't know. The most important thing a woman can do is have children. That's the one thing a woman is meant to do. Give birth, carry on the family name, raise the next generation. A woman who can't do that? Well, she's useless. What's the point of keeping someone around who can't fulfill that most basic role?
How can you say something like that? That's so cruel.
It's the truth, though, but you wouldn't understand, would ya? I'm done talking about this. There's no point. You'll just keep playing the victim, acting like everything is someone else's fault. I've had enough. Listen, I'm coming back tomorrow, and I expect you to be out of the house by then. You'd better be gone.
I understand, but if you had told me sooner, maybe I could have made some arrangements or done something about it. Huh? Wait a second.
What's wrong?
You told me to leave the house. What do you mean by that? What's really going on here?
What? Are you that dumb that you don't get it? I'm telling you exactly what I mean.
But why are you doing this? Why are you treating me like this?
It's simple. The mistress I've been seeing while traveling overseas just gave birth to my child.
Wait, what? Are you serious? Are you really saying this?
Yes, I'm serious. I'm divorcing you. I'm moving out and I'll be living with her at the house now. I don't need you. You're just taking up space. You can't even have children, so what's the point of you? You're no use to me anymore.
But you can't just...
Don't make this harder than it needs to be. The mistress is younger, she's prettier, and she's more suited to the role than you ever were. Actually, she's not even just a mistress anymore. She's my wife now. You're the one who's been replaced, so pack your things and leave the house already. I don't want to see ya. You're out of my life, and don't even think about trying to stay involved with the company. You won't be a token executive anymore. You're done. There's no place for you there. To talk to you about the financials. There's something important I need to discuss with you.
Rick, I'm really sorry, but I'm a little busy right now. Can we talk later?
Oh, I see. Sorry for interrupting. I didn't realize you were busy. Whenever you have a moment, let me know. I can wait until then.
Well, actually, I'm really sorry, but I can't help you with this anymore. I'm not part of the company anymore, so I can't offer you any advice.
What? What do you mean you're not part of the company anymore?
It's a long story. My husband, he told me he wants a divorce. He said I need to leave the house immediately. Apparently the mistress he's been seeing abroad gave birth to his child, and he wants me out of the picture.
What? This is insane! What do you mean he wants you out of the house? Is this really happening?
Yeah, you know how he's always traveling for work, right? Well, turns out it wasn't just for work. He was seeing someone on the side, and now that she's had his child, I'm no longer needed.
That man. How far has he gone? How could he do something like this?
I don't know. I really don't know what to say. He told me to leave the company, too. I guess I'm just done with everything. He's completely replaced me. There's no place for me in his life anymore.
Wait, are you really okay with this? I don't understand. How can you just let him do this to you? This is crazy. You can't just give up like this.
It's not like I have a choice. It's his decision, and he's the one calling the shots. I can't change it now.
Why are you still letting him control you like this? Why are you letting him dictate your life after everything he's done to you? He betrayed you, Freya. He betrayed you and used you for his own benefit. He didn't care about you. He didn't show you any respect, and now he's just tossing you aside like you're nothing.
I don't know. But you don't understand. Without him, I would still be trapped in that house with my parents. I would still be under their control, their thumb. They didn't care about me, Rick. They didn't care if I was happy. But he got me out of there. He saved me. I don't know where I'd be without him.
I know about your parents, Freya. I know how horrible they were to you, but that doesn't mean you should just accept what he's done. You deserve so much better than this. You don't deserve to be treated like this.
I know you're trying to help, Rick, and I really appreciate it, but I'm going to be okay. I'll figure things out on my own. I always do.
No, you don't have to do this alone. Why are you pushing me away? Why are you acting like I'm just some stranger? I'm here for you. You don't have to face this by yourself. I know I'm not perfect, but I'm on your side. I care about you, Freya. I really do.
But he's your boss, Rick. He's the one who pays you. If you go against him, it could affect your career. You could lose your job. Are you really willing to risk all that for me?
I don't care about my job, not if it means standing by you. I'm not doing this for him, Freya. I'm doing this for you. You've done so much for me, and now it's my turn to do something for you. If he's the one who saved you from your parents, then let me be the one to save you from him. You don't need him. You need to be free from him, and I'll make sure that happens. You don't have to go through this alone anymore.
What do you mean, what's going on?
Don't play dumb with me. Why are you still here in the house? Didn't I tell you to get out? I told you I'd be back soon, and when I returned, you were supposed to be gone.
Yeah, you told me to leave, but so what?
So what? Are you kidding me? You've been living here as my wife and you're still gonna challenge me? Open the damn door right now. I'm not asking nicely anymore. I'm coming in and I'm throwing you out if I have to.
You think I'm going to let you into this house after you've been saying you'll throw me out? No way, that's not how it works. I'm not letting you waltz in here as if nothing's happened.
What the hell? You have some nerve? Do you even care that I just came back from a business trip? I'm tired. I worked my ass off and you're still here acting like nothing's wrong. What about your duty as my wife? Do you have no regard for me after everything?
Oh, so now you're talking about being a husband? After you came home with your mistress and her child, don't act like you have any right to talk to me like that. We were already planning to get divorced, remember? You were the one who made that decision.
We're not divorced yet, so that means you still have no excuse to stay in this house. You still have no reason to be here.
If we're not divorced yet, then there's no reason I should leave, is there? You're not going to force me out, and you can't throw me out without cause.
Where the hell did you learn to argue like this? You used to be so meek and obedient, and now suddenly you're acting all rebellious? You used to be a woman who did everything I told you without question, and now you're doing this?
Well, after everything I've changed, I'm not going to stay silent or obedient anymore. I've had enough. You pushed me to my breaking point, and now I've decided to stand up for myself.
Oh, great. Now I get it. You're terrified of being abandoned, aren't ya? You're scared because I'm leaving you for good. I'm gonna leave you and be with someone else. You can't stand the thought of it, can ya? It's hard being with a man who's loved by everyone. Well, fine, I'll make it easier for you. I'll hire you as a maid. You're good at handling chores, right? I'll even pay you for it. Wouldn't that be a nice arrangement?
Don't be ridiculous. Do you really think I'd accept that?
Why not? I'm showing you mercy. I'm being generous by offering you that. You could keep living here and still get paid for doing all the chores, but you won't even accept that.
I don't need your charity. Don't talk to me like I'm some servant you can keep around. I'm not going to accept being treated like that, especially after everything that's happened.
You still don't get it, do ya? I'm telling you, as soon as the divorce is final, I'm dragging you out of here. And I'll make sure you never forget what you've done. You'll regret ever crossing me. I'll make sure of it. I'm not letting you get away with treating me this way.
You think your threats scare me? You're really not getting it, are you? Even if the divorce happens, that's still not enough to make me leave. You can't just push me out because you want to.
What the hell are you talking about? This house is mine. My name is on the deed. You don't have any claim to it.
No, it's not just yours, it's both of ours. Yes, your name is on the deed, but this house is shared property. And it's not just the house, the car, the assets, and the company. Half of everything belongs to me. I'm not going anywhere.
Are you completely out of your mind? Do you think you could just take everything from me?
No, I'm not taking everything from you. It's what I'm entitled to. When we got married, you had nothing. You were just some guy with big dreams and no real plan. And honestly, looking back, I can see you were just running away from reality. You weren't even close to the person you pretended to be. You were hiding behind false ideas of what you wanted to be, instead of facing the reality of your situation. But back then, I thought that was what made you intriguing. You had this charm, this confidence that made me believe in you. But now I see it was all just empty talk.
You're sick, you know that? You think bringing up the past is gonna make me feel sorry for you? Are you really this desperate? You think I'll start caring about your feelings again? That's not gonna happen. You can keep reminiscing all you want, but it doesn't change the fact that we're done.
Why do you have so much confidence in yourself? What makes you think you can talk to me like that?
It's not confidence, it's certainty. I'm sure of who I am. I know exactly who I am, and that's all that matters. You can't take that away from me, no matter how much you try.
What do you mean by that? Are you trying to sound all deep and philosophical? You really think that makes you seem cool or something? It's pathetic.
Shut up, I've had enough of this conversation. I'm not gonna listen to you anymore. Get out of the house now, I'm done talking to you.
I'm not going anywhere. The house, the car, the assets, the company, half of everything is mine. You can't just throw me out like that. I'm not the person you can push around anymore.
Why are you suddenly acting like this? What happened to the woman who used to follow me around and do everything I said? Why the change?
Because I finally had someone push me to stand up for myself. Someone showed me that I didn't have to put up with all this anymore. Someone helped me realize my worth.
Who the hell are you talking about? Who pushed you to stand up for yourself? It wasn't some man, was it? Were you cheating on me? Don't tell me you were cheating on me. You disgusting woman. How dare you betray me like that?
I wasn't cheating, and even if I had been, you have no right to criticize me. You lost that privilege a long time ago.
A man's affair and a woman's affair are completely different. You've been living off my money, using me for everything, and now you think you can just turn the tables on me? Hey, you shameless idiot!
What is it?
How does it feel to be the president now? It's not too bad, right? There's honestly nothing better than being in charge of everyone and looking down on them.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it's the best thing ever, but it's not bad either.
See? I knew you'd think that way. But it's a shame because that position of yours is only temporary, you know.
What do you mean?
Well, you wouldn't notice, but there's actually a board meeting happening right now where we're in the process of kicking someone out of the company, and guess who it is? It might be someone you'd least expect.
Of course I know who it is.
Well, I guess even a total fool could figure that out. Yup, it's you! You're the one being kicked out.
That's not true. It's you, not me.
Huh? What are you talking about? That's not even a clever comeback. It's just really stupid.
You said that I wouldn't know about the board meeting, but that's not true at all. Actually, I'm a part of that meeting.
What? No way!
And by the way, why aren't you attending? You may only hold the title, but you're still technically one of the top executives, right?
Why, the thing is, people like me, those who are in charge, don't waste time with those meaningless meetings.
Did someone tell you that? And you actually believed it? Wow, that's next level stupidity. Seriously, I enjoy looking down on others when I'm in charge. Though the only person I'm looking down on right now is you.
What did you say? What do you mean by that?
The board meeting is actually about kicking you out. It was just voted on and passed. You've been officially decided as the one to go.
What? Are you serious?
Oh, I'm absolutely serious. The decision was made. You're being kicked out whether you like it or not. You've got to be kidding me if you thought you were going to stay on top forever.
This is ridiculous! How could they do this to me?
Well, you should have thought about that before you made all those stupid decisions. Everyone knew you were a liability, and now it's catching up with you. You've made enemies, and the board doesn't want you around anymore. It's over for you, buddy.
I can't believe this is happening. I worked so hard to get where I am, and now this?
Hard work? Are you kidding me? You've barely done anything other than rely on your position and power to keep your place. You're out of touch with everything. It's only a matter of time before the people in charge realized how much of a problem you were.
But I've been with this company for so long. How could they just throw me away like this?
It's simple. People like you who think they can coast by on their titles are the first ones to get thrown out when things get tough. The board is full of people who know what they're doing, and they've made up their minds. You're the problem, and now they've decided to get rid of you.
No, this can't be happening. I've been loyal to this company for so long.
Loyal? Your loyalty was just to yourself and your own interests. Don't try to act like you were some sort of dedicated worker. You were just using the company for your own benefit. Now that they're finally seeing that, they're cutting ties with you. It's done.
So what? You think you're safe? You think this is over?
Oh, it's not over for me. Don't worry about that. But for you, it's over. They've already made the decision. You can fight it all you want, but the result will be the same. You're out.
I won't just accept this. You think I'll just leave quietly?
Of course I know you won't accept it. You'll probably try to make a scene, throw a tantrum, maybe even try to get some sympathy from people. But it won't work. This is happening, and you can't stop it. You're done. The board's made their choice, and there is nothing you can do about it.
But why? Why me? What did I do wrong?
You've been selfish, lazy, and you've been living off your title for far too long. People can only tolerate that for so long. In the end, it was your own actions that sealed your fate. You think that you're untouchable, but guess what? You're not. You've been kicked to the curb.
I can't believe this!
Believe it. It's all over for you now. Enjoy the downfall.
Does that mean? Explain yourself. Huh? What do you mean by that? What exactly are you asking about? You mean the board of directors just decided to expel me? That's a lie, right? She's just making it up in a panic, isn't she? No, it was just approved a few minutes ago, actually. You're kidding! How did this even happen? This is completely different from what you told me. That woman should be the one expelled, and then I'll just become president again, right? Well, there were suspicions of embezzlement, but after a thorough investigation, it turned out to be a misunderstanding. In fact, she never even accepted any director compensation and devoted herself selflessly to the company. There's absolutely no reason to dismiss her. What the hell is this? But even so, why me? After we looked into the financial transactions more closely, another person came into focus. Another person? That would be you. You've been living it up with company funds, repeating overseas trips disguised as business travel. And that's not all. You even blackmailed the head of accounting and engaged in tax evasion, didn't you? We simply can't keep someone like that in the company. You're out of your mind! This company is mine! You already transferred it during the division of assets, remember? Thanks to that, the process was quick and easy. That's because you... Wait, could it be you've been planning this from the start? What are you talking about? Don't play dumb with me! You lied to me to get me all worked up, and now look at this! When exactly did I lie? You said a bunch of things. Like, I really want to help someone I respect, or I'm on the side of the righteous ones, the employees and executives alike. Right, that sounds familiar. You said a lot of things like that, too. Well, they were all sincere, but as for me, I respect Freya. She's the righteous one, and in the end, everyone sided with the righteous person, didn't they? What the hell is that supposed to mean? And I did warn you, too. I told you to think about what the president has given to those around him. The only thing you've given is stress and discomfort. Oh, and there's also a ton of testimony and evidence about power harassment and sexual harassment. We're going to file a class action lawsuit soon, so be prepared for that. There's a line between what's acceptable and what's not. You're the last person I want to hear that from. You, who used your limited good qualities, your unnecessary drive and unfounded confidence to manipulate Freya, a highly capable person who was raised by toxic parents and had low self-esteem, into doing everything for you. After that, once the company was doing well, you just tossed her aside. I can't understand it at all. The company succeeded because of Freya's ability and the trust she earned from everyone. No, the company is mine! I see. Deep down you understand, don't you? No one respects you. You wanted to deny that by treating Freya badly, and you're probably thrilled that she fell for your words, thinking she was loved and respected, huh? You truly are trash. Who are you calling trash? What's wrong with calling trash trash? You, remember this. I'll never forgive you for this. You've done this to me.
that I wasn't prosecuted.
Well, I made sure to act in a way that would keep me out of trouble. I was cautious, and to be honest, I did everything I could to avoid getting caught up in any legal trouble. Plus, the other person was a criminal after all. He had a criminal history, and I knew that if I cooperated, it would help me avoid any repercussions. I was willing to cooperate fully with the investigation because I knew it was the only way to ensure that I would be safe. I didn't want to be in a situation where I'd get dragged down along with him.
But that message, I really think that was terrible. The things he said to me, especially that message, were so harsh and completely uncalled for. It really shocked me. He had no right to say those things, especially after everything I did to make sure I didn't get caught up in this mess. It wasn't fair.
I'm sorry. I said some harsh things without any explanation. I was upset, and I know I spoke without thinking. I didn't take a moment to explain myself, and I ended up just blurting out whatever came to mind in the heat of the moment. I regret that now, but it was hard to keep my emotions in check.
No, that's not what I meant. What I'm saying is that you tried to carry everything on your own without asking for help. I'm grateful for everything you did for me, and I know you were trying to protect me, but I feel like you didn't consider the fact that you didn't have to carry the burden all by yourself. You could have shared it with me. You could have let me help you. I'm thankful for the help I got from you, but at the same time, I don't want you to feel like you have to carry all of this weight alone. I understood your intention, but if you do something like that again, if you try to handle everything by yourself and don't let me help, then I'll never forgive you. I can't stand it if you keep doing that, thinking that you don't need anyone's help.
Freya.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
I'm sorry. That man told me not to call you Freya, so I slipped up. I didn't mean to say it. It was a mistake. He told me it was too informal and that I shouldn't call you by your first name, but I guess it slipped out of my mouth before I could stop myself.
You startled me. You totally caught me off guard just now. I didn't expect you to say that. When you called me by my first name so casually, it completely caught me off guard. It wasn't something I expected from you, and for a moment I didn't even know how to react. It was like everything I was thinking just went blank. I had no idea what to say or how to handle the situation.
Sorry, I really didn't mean to.
It's fine, just call me by my first name. In fact, next time you can even tell me to my face, don't speak so casually to me. Honestly, it doesn't bother me at all. If anything, I think it's kind of funny. And if you feel awkward about it, you can always tell me that you don't want me to talk to you so casually, and I'll respect that. I don't mind either way. If anything, I'd find it amusing.
Please spare me from that. I don't think I could handle that. Just imagining you telling me not to talk to you so casually, it's kind of embarrassing. I'm already nervous enough around you as it is.
Still, I was really shocked by you. Not just the evidence of power harassment and sexual harassment, but you even went as far as to make arrangements behind the scenes, didn't you? You didn't just provide evidence of what he did. You didn't just give the authorities the documents and records that would have been enough to put him in a difficult position. You didn't stop there, though, did you? You were so prepared. You took it a step further and made sure that everything was in place, and you even worked behind the scenes to make sure things went smoothly. That kind of planning, it surprised me.
Yes. Even before this whole incident, I was preparing to deal with that man someday. I had been watching him for a while, and I knew something like this was bound to happen sooner or later. I just didn't know when. But when the time came, I was ready. It wasn't a matter of if, but when, and I was determined to make sure that he couldn't get away with everything he had done.
For someone to be hated that much by their subordinates, well, with a personality like his, I guess it makes sense. He was the kind of person who had a bad reputation and no one respected him. I could see why he didn't have any real friends. The way he treated people, it was no surprise that no one wanted to be close to him.
That's not it.
Huh?
Well, that's part of the reason, but he was my rival in love. That was the real issue. The reason I wanted to bring him down wasn't just because he was a bad boss or a terrible person. It was because of what he did to me personally. He was my rival, and I couldn't let him get away with what he had done.
Rival in love?
Yes, I'm not joking. He and I were both after the same woman, and I couldn't let him win. It was a competition for her heart, and I wasn't about to let someone like him take the prize.
But your only connection to that man is through the company, right? So for him to be your rival in love, the woman in question would have to be someone from the company, right? It all makes sense now. The way you're talking about him, it's clear now that there was more than just a professional rivalry.
Yes.
In other words, he was having an affair with someone at work. Was it that? Huh. I thought I was the only one who didn't see it. I knew he was always chasing after women, but I didn't know he was having an affair with someone from the office. I guess I was too naive to see it. I can't believe I didn't figure that out sooner. It makes me feel so stupid now.
Huh?
I knew he wasn't good with women, but I never imagined he was having an affair within the company. To think I didn't notice that, I must be pathetic. I pride myself on being observant, but this was something I completely missed. How could I not have seen the signs?
Ah, no.
But it's fine. With someone like you, I'm sure that you'll be able to make that woman notice you, or do your best. You have it in you, I'm sure of it. You can win her over. I know you can. What is it?
You're such an idiot.
Huh? Why suddenly...
Given the flow of conversation, how did we end up here? It's you! You're the one I'm talking about!
Me?
Yes! The person I like is you, Freya! That's the truth!
Huh? My ex-husband received a prison sentence after the trial reached its verdict. Right until the very end, he kept insisting that it was Rick and I who were at fault. He made a big fuss about it, pointing fingers at us and trying to shift the blame onto us. But in reality, all he did was tarnish his own reputation even more, making a futile struggle that only made things worse for himself. His accusations and claims were baseless, and his actions only served to paint him in a worse light. Despite his efforts, he couldn't avoid the inevitable consequences of his actions. Naturally, I made sure to take the necessary legal steps and filed a civil lawsuit against him. It wasn't just for the affair that I filed. It was for everything that he had done that caused so much harm and distress to me and to others. I demanded compensation for the emotional and psychological toll the affair took on me, as well as for the hurt caused by his deceit and betrayal. At the same time, I also made sure that his actions towards the employees didn't go unpunished. They too suffered greatly because of his inappropriate and abusive behavior, with many of them experiencing sexual harassment and power harassment at his hands. As a result, they filed their own lawsuit seeking damages for what they had been put through. Since the number of individuals involved was considerable, the total sum of damages sought was not insignificant. The amount we were all seeking in compensation was substantial, reflecting the pain and hardship we had all endured because of his actions. The scale of the situation meant that he would not be able to walk away without facing serious consequences. It wasn't just a minor issue, it was a major matter that affected many people, and it was time for him to face the music for the harm he had caused. In addition to the damages, there were other financial matters to deal with. He had embezzled a large amount of money that rightfully belonged to others, and now he had to repay it. On top of that, he also faced punitive taxes, as his actions had been deemed to be criminal in nature. The financial burden on him was enormous, and the combination of the civil lawsuit, the embezzlement repayment, and the taxes meant that his assets were completely wiped out. All the money he had acquired through dishonest means was taken from him, and he was left with nothing. In fact, it seemed that he had even ended up with a significant amount of debt, which further worsened his situation. What he had once thought was his fortune quickly turned into a crushing financial disaster. As expected, his mistress, the one he had been involved with during our marriage, ran away when everything came to light. She disappeared from the scene and returned to her home country. She had thought that she could escape to a better life, living in luxury with him, but in the end, it all came crashing down. She had believed that she could build a future with him, but she was left with nothing but disappointment and regret. She couldn't stay in the country any longer, so she had no choice but to go back to her homeland. This was the price she had to pay for her involvement in the affair and her complicity in the destruction of a family. I had considered filing a lawsuit against her as well, seeking damages for her role in the affair, But I quickly realized that doing so would involve significant costs. The cost of hiring an international lawyer to handle the case would be astronomical, and I knew that pursuing it further would likely not bring me any sense of satisfaction or closure. Instead, I decided to focus on what truly mattered. I did not want to waste my energy and resources on something that wouldn't change the situation for me or for anyone else involved. So after thinking it through, I made the decision not to pursue legal action against her. It wasn't that I had forgiven her, but rather that I realized that she had already faced her own punishment. The mistress had come to the United States with the hope of living a comfortable and wealthy life. She had hoped to escape whatever problems she had back home and start anew with my ex-husband. But in the end, her reality had turned out far different from what she had envisioned. Instead of enjoying a life of luxury, she was forced to return to her home country, a single mother with a child to care for. She had lost the security and the future she had hoped for. Her life was now far more difficult than it had been before. She had thought she could build a better life, but all she ended up with was a child and a return to a much harsher existence. I had considered the possibility of demanding compensation from her as well, but the cost of hiring an international lawyer to handle the case was astronomical. It would take a huge amount of money, and I wasn't sure it would even be worth it, considering the circumstances. Though at first I had liked the idea of suing her, even if it meant suffering financial losses myself, when I thought about it more carefully, I came to the realization that she had already suffered the consequences for her actions, and that pursuing her any further might not bring me the closure I had hoped for. Her life from that point onward would be far more difficult than it was before. She would now have to return to a much harsher reality, raising a child as a single mother, without the support of the man she had hoped would provide for her. The life she thought she would have, the dreams she once had, were all shattered. She thought that she could start over in a new place, build a better future, but instead she had to go back defeated with a child in tow. I realized at this point that she had already paid the price for her involvement. This wasn't the life she envisioned, and it wasn't the life she had wanted. In a way, it felt as though she had already received some sort of punishment for her choices. She had already lost the chance at a better life, the life she had dreamed of, and now she would have to face the consequences of what she had done. She had been misled, just as I had, but unlike me, she had a child who would grow up with the repercussions of these actions. That was her punishment, and there was no need for me to pursue her any further. I decided not to go after her legally, not because I had forgiven her, but because at that moment I felt like she had already lost enough. If I continued to pursue her, it would only be out of spite, and I didn't want to stoop to that level. I had no desire to cause further harm to her, especially considering that her child would also suffer if things escalated. The child didn't deserve to be caught in the middle of this mess, and it wasn't fair to add more weight to her already heavy burden. Looking at her and comparing our situations, I couldn't help but feel a sense of relief. After everything I had been through, after the turmoil and pain, I was in a much better place now. I had managed to rebuild my life, and things were going well. At first, I had been uncertain about whether I would be able to handle running a company on my own, unsure if I was equipped to manage everything that came with it. But to my surprise, I found out that I was doing quite well. The people around me were supportive, and they helped guide me through the process. With their encouragement and assistance, I was able to keep everything running smoothly without major issues. It wasn't just that things were going well, they were going better than I had ever expected. The performance of the company had improved significantly since the departure of the previous self-centered CEO, who had caused so many problems. Without him, the atmosphere in the workplace became more cooperative, and the entire team was able to work together more efficiently. As a result, the company's financial health improved, and we saw a notable boost in performance. As for my relationship with Rick, while I'm too embarrassed to go into the details, I can say one thing with certainty. I am the happiest I have ever been. I never thought that I could experience the kind of peace and happiness I have now. Despite everything that happened, despite the pain and betrayal, I am finally able to enjoy a sense of fulfillment that I never thought was possible. My life, once filled with so much uncertainty and anguish, is now full of happiness and stability. When I look back at everything that's happened, I realize how far I've come. Despite all the struggles, all the hurt, and all the losses, I am in a place now where I can truly say that I am the happiest I've ever been. The years of turmoil and emotional pain are now behind me, and I am able to appreciate the good things that I have in my life. I can look forward to the future with hope and optimism, and for the first time in a long time, I feel truly at peace. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
What you said today, you were joking, right? I mean, I believe it was a joke.
Excuse me? What are you referring to?
Surely you don't mean to tell me you're actually from a single-parent household, right? You're not seriously thinking that someone from a single-parent household could marry my Brandon, are you?
As I mentioned earlier, I was raised in a single-parent household. My father raised me single-handedly, and I have nothing but the utmost gratitude for him. I truly admire everything he's done for me. But I'm not sure why that matters here.
Why does it matter, you ask? It's not a question of whether it matters. I thought I must have misheard. I wanted to believe I had misheard. But now you're telling me I didn't? This is unbelievable, absolutely shocking. You, coming from a single-parent household, think you're fit to marry my Brandon? Do you even realize who my Brandon is? He works at a prestigious bank. And not just him, his older and younger brothers work there too. Even my husband works at the same bank, and we take pride in being a family built on such strong, respectable foundations. But now you, a girl from a single-parent household, have the audacity to think that you can marry into a banking family like ours? There's no way. No matter how you spin it, this is unacceptable, completely unacceptable.
Well, Brandon never mentioned this was a problem to him. If it's such a big deal, I think he would have brought it up himself.
Oh, don't you worry. I asked him about it, and he told me you hid the fact that you're from a single-parent household. Did you think we wouldn't find out?
I didn't hide anything. I hadn't introduced my father yet, but I definitely told Brandon that my mother wasn't around. There was no reason for me to hide it. And frankly, I don't understand why being from a single-parent household means I can't marry into a banking family. That logic makes no sense to me.
What did you just say? That it makes no sense? How dare you act so flippant when you're just some poor girl from a single-parent home, shamelessly trying to cling to my son and ruin his future? Your attitude is completely unacceptable.
I'm not clinging to anyone. Where is this coming from? Also, your assumption that being from a single-parent household automatically makes someone poor is a huge leap. That's such outdated thinking. We live in an era where such assumptions are not only incorrect, but downright ridiculous. Even if I were struggling financially, which I'm not, I wouldn't be marrying Brandon for his money. I care about him, not his bank account. Criticizing me for something so arbitrary just feels fundamentally wrong.
You're the one who doesn't make any sense. Honestly, I am dumbfounded by how delusional you are. Just listen carefully. From now on, I don't want you meeting Brandon anymore. In fact, I'm sure he already regrets being involved with you. There's simply no way you're a suitable match for him, or for our family. You will never be a proper fit for a banking family like ours, never.
If being a part of a banking family is so important, then I'd argue that I'm more than qualified. Certainly more than you're giving me credit for.
Excuse me, what's that supposed to mean?
Oh, nothing you need to worry about. I was just thinking out loud. At any rate, I'll talk to Brandon about this directly. I'd prefer to hear what he truly thinks. After all, we're already planning our wedding. If his opinion aligns with yours, then I'd rather know now than later.
What did you just say? How dare you refer to me like that? Watch your tone when speaking to me.
My apologies, that wasn't my intention. Regardless, I now understand your perspective, Brandon's mother, but I'd appreciate it if you'd let me and Brandon handle this between ourselves.
You better not dare to twist my words or say anything unnecessary to him. Do you hear me? If you try anything, I won't forgive you.
Unnecessary? What exactly do you mean by that?
Figure it out for yourself. Use your head for once, you foolish girl.
Wow, was that really necessary? Was it really called for to insult me like that? In any case, I'll excuse
Eva, I assume you already understand, but today's wedding is officially canceled.
I'm sorry, what? What are you talking about?
Oh, didn't Brandon tell you? He agreed to it. Honestly, I'm surprised you didn't see this coming. You were never a good match for our family. Canceling at the last minute is the only logical outcome. Surely you must have known deep down that this wasn't going to work out.
Are you serious? You're really saying this on the day of the wedding? Did Brandon actually agree to this? He didn't say anything to me.
Well, he felt too awkward to tell you himself, so he asked me to handle it. Isn't that sweet? It just goes to show how much he values his mother's opinion.
So he couldn't even be bothered to tell me himself? Well, that says a lot.
Oh, don't act so shocked. Let's be real here. A single-parent daughter like you isn't fit to marry into a family like ours. We're a banking family. You should have realized from the start that someone like you wasn't welcome. Go blame your father for raising you on his own.
Speaking of my father, how about I call him over right now?
Oh, by all means, go ahead. It won't change anything.
Great. He's actually right here next to me. I'll just let him see this entire exchange.
Whatever. It's not like his opinion matters to us anyway.
Hello, Mrs. Brandon. It's been a while.
Wait, who is this?
This is Gregory. You might know me as the head of the bank.
What? Head to the bank? Wait, I'm sorry. What's happening right now?
I heard every word you said. You've been incredibly disrespectful to my daughter. As of this moment, consider your relationship with our family terminated. I'll make sure you're no longer working for us, at least not at the main branch.
Wait, this has to be some kind of joke. Gregory? As in the Gregory? Oh, that can't be right. Why would your daughter...
My daughter, Eva, has always been cautious about gold diggers, so she didn't want to reveal our connection too soon. But after hearing about your behavior, I now regret ever letting this charade go on for so long. To insult her on the day of her wedding, no less. What an absolute disgrace!
Wait, does this mean Eva is actually your daughter?
That's what I've been saying. I'm her father.
I didn't know. I mean, no one told me. Oh, this has to be a misunderstanding, right? A prank? Oh, please tell me it's all a mistake.
Oh, it's no mistake, but it's good that this all came out now. Frankly, I'm relieved the wedding is canceled. I'd never allow my daughter to marry into a family like yours.
No, wait, please. I didn't mean anything I said earlier. I take it all back. I was just joking. We're all completely on board with the wedding now. Please, let's continue as planned.
You've already shown your true colors. My daughter deserves far better than to be part of your petty, narrow-minded family. You think our family is bottom tier? Fine, go find another upper-class bride for your son. Good luck with that. I doubt you'll succeed.
Wait, oh, please don't leave things like this. What about my husband's career? What about Brandon? You can't do this.
Oh, but I can, and I will. I'll let HR take care of the details. Consider this a lesson in humility. You'll regret the day you disrespected my daughter.
about what happened the other day. I was hoping we could properly apologize. Could we maybe meet and talk things through? I was thinking Brandon could come too, and maybe my husband?
I must decline.
What? Why? Why won't you even give me a chance?
Because an apology from you wouldn't change anything. Knowing that, I don't see any point in meeting with you.
You don't have to be so blunt about it.
Then let me ask you this. Why do you want to apologize? Isn't this just about making yourself feel better? What do you expect to happen after you apologize?
Well, since you're being so direct, let me be frank too. My husband has been working at the main branch for over 10 years, and now he's suddenly being transferred to a rural branch. Can you explain that? And all 3 of my sons are being reassigned to different regional offices as well. Don't you think that's outrageous? This is obviously because of your father's influence, isn't it?
I wouldn't know anything about that. I'm not involved in the bank's internal affairs. Even if you apologize to me, nothing's going to change. So don't you think this whole thing is a waste of time?
Eva, Brandon is heartbroken. Our entire family is in shambles because of you. The least you could do is ask your father, as the head of the bank, to reverse these unfair decisions.
You need to stop blaming others for your problems. It's embarrassing.
What did you just say?
You're blaming me for the broken engagement? What are you even talking about? If I recall, you were the ones planning to cancel the wedding on the day of, weren't you? Doesn't that mean you were also planning to call it off?
Well, that's not the same thing.
It's completely the same thing. The difference is that I made my decision after carefully considering everything. I wasn't planning to bail on the day of the wedding. I made a responsible choice. So who's really the one at fault here? Claiming it's my responsibility is just your own delusion. As for your husband and sons being reassigned, that's unfortunate, but blaming me is completely misplaced. Maybe you should look in the mirror instead.
But I've apologized. I've already apologized to you.
Discriminating against someone because they come from a single-parent household is disgusting. I'm so glad I didn't end up joining a family like yours. Honestly, thank you for showing me who you really are.
Eva, please, if you don't help us, our family is going to fall apart. I'm begging you, help us.
I've already told you there's nothing I can do. I don't work for the bank. Why would you even think I could fix their personal decisions?
But you loved Brandon, didn't you? You should still marry him. We're giving you our full blessing now. Isn't that what you wanted? You're free to marry him. Congratulations, we'll all be thrilled for you, I swear.
You're not making any sense anymore. Brandon and I are over, thanks to you, Josie. Contacting me further is pointless. This conversation is wasting everyone's time, so I'll take my leave. Best of luck to your family in their new roles.
Wait, are you really going to abandon us? Is this how you treat your fiancé?
Ex-fiancé. Please be precise.
At least save Brandon. None of this is his fault.
True, but it's also true that he sided with you, ignored my perspective, and decided to cancel the wedding without telling me directly. And let's not forget his own words. He admitted he was only tolerating me because he liked how I looked. Do you think I can love someone like that?
That's not fair. He's not always good with words.
I don't care anymore. And with that, I'll be going. If you have complaints about your reassignment, why don't you address them directly with your managers? This isn't my problem. Good luck dealing with it yourselves.
Hey, Eva, how are you doing? I haven't heard from you lately, and I was getting worried. My mom's been worried too. She asked if you were doing okay.
What do you want now? I'm doing just fine, so you don't need to reach out to check on me.
Oh, I see. That's good to hear. So, you think we could meet up sometime?
Excuse me?
It's been about a month since we decided to take some space. I figured we both had time to cool off, so maybe we could meet and talk things over now. What do you think? I mean, I've been transferred to a branch way out of town, so we wouldn't be able to meet after work like before, but, well, that's kind of your fault too, so I guess it can't be helped.
What exactly are you talking about?
What do you mean?
You're acting like we're just taking a break or something, but no, that's not what's happening here. Our engagement was called off. We broke up. I'm pretty sure that's clear. So why are you contacting me now? What's the point of meeting up? Because honestly, I have no intention of seeing you.
I was serious about you, you know? Why are you being so cold? Don't you feel anything for me anymore?
Feel something? For you? Not even a shred of pity. Maybe you should be grateful you didn't get fired, huh? Although, not that any of that concerns me anymore.
It's because of my mom, right? That's why you got upset? I've been keeping my distance from her since then, and we're not living together anymore, so let's start over. Let's get married. If we do, I can finally have everything I've ever wanted.
Wow, you are so fundamentally off base, it is almost impressive.
What?
It wasn't just your mother's fault that things ended between us. Are you seriously still clueless about how your irresponsible actions and careless words made me feel? Sure, your mom was the one who insulted me for coming from a single-parent family, but you? What did you do? You agreed with her. You went along with everything she said. And don't forget, you were all set to cancel the wedding because of her. Tell me, who in their right mind would want to start over with someone like that? Get a grip, loser.
Was that really necessary? You're kind of breaking me here.
I did like you once. There was a time when I genuinely cared about you. But now, I'm so relieved we didn't get married. Honestly, I couldn't be happier about it. I'm going to find happiness with someone else, someone who truly deserves it. And if you ever want to be happy or make someone else happy, you should rethink the way you see the world. Start considering what you can actually do for your partner. That's probably the only decent thing you could manage at this point.
I can't move on to someone else. It's impossible. I was serious about you. Completely serious.
Then maybe you should have thought about that before acting the way you did. But it's all too late now, isn't it? Anyway, Brandon, good luck with your new branch. We did have some good times together, and for those, I am thankful. Even though things turned out this way, I wish you the best. Please be happy. And goodbye. I sensed something, and to my relief, he no longer contacted me persistently. The days after the breakup had been filled with an unsettling mixture of emotions, and his unrelenting attempts to reach out had added to my confusion. But as time passed, it seems that Brandon finally understood that I needed space. The constant messages and phone calls gradually faded, and I began to wonder if this meant he had truly let go of the idea that things could be different between us. It was a strange, bittersweet feeling. The quiet after the storm of our relationship, I didn't know whether to feel grateful or sad, but one thing was certain, I could finally breathe again. As much as I had tried to move on, there were moments when I still thought about him. The memories of our time together, the laughter, the quiet moments, the love we once shared, would come flooding back, and I'd wonder if I had made the right choice. Was ending our engagement the right thing to do? Was there any possibility of reconciliation? But those thoughts were fleeting. Deep down, I knew that breaking off the engagement had been necessary. We had grown apart in ways that couldn't be fixed, and trying to force things back into place would only cause more pain for both of us. It was 6 months after the breakup when I received an unexpected message from Josie. At first, I was unsure of how to feel about hearing from her again. Josie had been a close friend, and while our bond had not been dissolved completely, it had been strained after everything that happened. I hadn't spoken much to her since my breakup with Brandon. In the aftermath of such an emotional event, I had pulled away from many people in my life. Not because I wanted to, but because I simply couldn't handle more emotional demands at the time. So when I saw Josie's name flash on my screen, my heart skipped a beat. What could this be about? I hadn't expected to hear from her. I opened the message cautiously, unsure of what to expect. Josie wasn't the type to reach out without a reason. Was she checking up on me, or was this message about something else? Maybe she was concerned about how I was handling things, or perhaps she had her own life updates to share. As I began to read, I was surprised. It wasn't just a casual check-in, it was a heartfelt message of gratitude. Josie told me that her husband's job had transferred them to a rural area, and they had decided to move. She expressed how surprised she was by how much she had come to love the quiet, slower pace of life in the countryside. Her words were filled with sincerity as she described how the natural surroundings, the slower rhythm of daily life, and the absence of the city's constant buzz had allowed her to reconnect with herself in a way that she hadn't expected. I was taken aback by how much she seemed to be thriving in this new environment, and how she was able to find joy in what at first seemed like a daunting change. Josie admitted that she had initially been unsure about moving to a rural area. She had always been someone who thrived in a more vibrant, bustling setting, and the thought of leaving the city for a place where life was simpler and quieter had felt like a huge leap. But as it turns out, the move had been exactly what she needed. The stress of city life had started to take its toll on her, and the peace of the countryside had offered her a sense of calm she hadn't realized she was missing. She described the picturesque landscapes, the way the air seemed fresher and cleaner, and how the slower pace of life allowed her to focus on the things that really mattered. There was something deeply fulfilling about the simplicity of it all. I couldn't help but smile as I read her message. Josie had always been someone who, despite her occasional doubts, had a way of making the best out of any situation. I had always admired her resilience, her ability to adapt and find light even in the darkest of times. And now it seemed that she had found a true sense of happiness in a place that she had once been apprehensive about. She went on to express how much she appreciated the life she had now. Despite the initial challenges of the move, Josie had found contentment in ways I hadn't expected. She described how the change had brought her closer to her husband, and how they had become more attuned to each other's needs and desires, and how they had been able to grow together in a way they hadn't before. She even mentioned the slower pace of life had helped her rediscover old hobbies and passions, and she was now able to enjoy things that she had once neglected. She spoke about gardening, painting, and even cooking as ways that she had begun to reconnect with her creative side, and how all of these things had become sources of fulfillment. But what truly surprised me was the tone of her message. It wasn't just about the peaceful life she had found, it was a message of gratitude. Josie thanked me for everything we had shared in the past, for the support and friendship we had built. She acknowledged that despite the distance that had grown between us in the recent months, our bond had meant a lot to her, and she hoped that we could continue to support each other even if from afar. There was something about her words that made me pause, something that made me reflect on how much our friendship had shaped both of us. I hadn't realized at the time, but Josie's message made me understand something important. We had both been through our own struggles, and yet we had each found a way to move forward. Her happiness in the countryside, her newfound sense of peace and contentment, was a reflection of the strength that lay within both of us. We had both faced our own versions of heartbreak, disappointment, and change, but we had emerged from those experiences stronger and more capable of finding joy in life again. I also found myself thinking about how much I had changed. When I first received the message from Josie, I hadn't known how to react. But as I read her words, I realized how much I had grown since the days of the engagement and the tumultuous emotions that had followed its end. I had learned to trust myself again, to let go of the past and focus on what truly mattered. My own path was still uncertain, but I knew I was stronger for having gone through everything that had happened, and in that strength I found a sense of peace that I hadn't realized was possible. Her message reminded me of something I had forgotten, that sometimes the unexpected changes in our lives can lead to the most beautiful transformations. Josie's move to the countryside, the unexpected joy she found in a simpler life, was proof that there could be beauty in the changes we resist the most. It made me wonder if perhaps I too could find my own version of peace in the challenges that had come my way. The more I thought about it, the more I realized how much I had to be thankful for. Despite the hurt, despite the pain of the breakup, I had learned so much about myself, and though I hadn't expected to find gratitude in such a situation, I now saw it clearly. I was stronger, more self-aware, and more capable of living a life true to myself than I had ever been before. And as for Brandon, well, it no longer mattered. The chapter we had shared had come to a close, and though I had once wondered if things could be different, I now knew the path that I was on was the one I was meant to follow. And just like Josie, I would find my own version of happiness, even if it wasn't exactly what I had imagined. It seems that Brandon is also doing his best in another region now. However, to be completely honest, it no longer matters to me. When I first heard about him moving away for work, a small part of me was curious about what his life was like, how he was coping with the change, and whether he had moved on. There was a time when his struggles, his successes, and even his challenges were so deeply intertwined with my own emotions. But now I realize that I've distanced myself from that life. The things that once held so much weight, his ambitions, his personal battles, are now nothing more than distant echoes of the past. Brandon and I had shared so much, and our lives were once so closely linked, that the idea of him living in another place seemed impossible at first. But as time passed and as the dust from our breakup settled, it became clear to me that what he does or where he lives is no longer something I need to concern myself with. In the beginning, when we ended things, I couldn't help but wonder if we were truly finished, if there might ever be a moment when our paths would cross again. But now I understand that those thoughts are irrelevant. I have my own life to live, my own future to shape, and the focus needs to be on my own growth, my happiness, and my well-being. It's strange how quickly life can change. What once seemed like an essential connection is now just a passing memory, something I don't feel the need to revisit. Brandon's life, his achievements, his challenges, they belong to him, just as mine belong to me. I'm no longer looking back, I'm moving forward, and that's all that matters now. Through everything that's happened, I've come to realize just how deeply I feel my father's love. It's something I hadn't fully grasped before, something that had always been there in the background of my life, quietly providing strength and support when I needed it the most. His love wasn't always something I recognized at first. At times it was easy to overlook or take for granted, especially in moments when I was focused on other aspects of my life. But now as I look back and reflect on everything, I can see just how much it's shaped me, how much it's guided me through some of the toughest moments in my life. It's only now, after all this time, that I can fully appreciate the depth of his affection for me and how it's been a steady, unwavering presence in my life. When I went through the difficult period of breaking off my engagement, there were moments when I questioned everything. I doubted myself, wondered if I was making the right decision, and sometimes even wished things could have turned out differently. But in those moments of uncertainty, my father's love was like a quiet voice in the back of my mind, reminding me that I was not alone and that I could face anything as long as I stayed true to myself. His love was not something that demanded attention or made grand gestures. It was the kind of love that simply existed, steady and constant, ready to provide comfort whenever I needed it. Even when I didn't realize it, he was there for me in ways that meant more than words could express. The love for my father has had for me is unlike anything I can truly explain to anyone else. It's something that goes beyond simple affection. It's not a love that's always loud or obvious, but it's one that runs deep. One that's been shaped by years of shared experiences, challenges, and victories. He's always been someone who believed in me, even when I struggled to believe in myself. There's a strength in that kind of love, a quiet, enduring strength that has held me up during my darkest moments. It's a kind of love that doesn't ask for anything in return. It's unconditional, and that's something I will always hold dear. As time has passed and I've had the chance to reflect more on the relationship I share with my father, I've come to realize something even more profound. My father is irreplaceable. To me, he is unlike any other person in this world. There's no one who can take his place, no one who can provide the same kind of support, the same kind of care, the same kind of unwavering loyalty that he has always offered me. He is and always will be a singular figure in my life. There's no one else who could ever fulfill that role. This understanding of my father's irreplaceability has led me to think deeply about my future, especially when it comes to relationships. I've thought about what kind of person I want to be with, someone who will share my life, my dreams, and my challenges. I've come to realize that the most important thing for me in any relationship is that my partner understands and respects the bond I have with my father. This bond is not something that can be ignored or downplayed. It's an essential part of who I am, and it's something that will always be a part of me, no matter who I'm with in the future. Finding someone who can truly appreciate this dynamic, someone who understands the depth of the connection I share with my father, is no easy task. It's not about finding someone who will compete with him or try to replace him. It's about finding someone who will accept the importance of that relationship and who will be secure enough in themselves to appreciate that I will always have a deep love and respect for my father. I need a partner who can see this and understand that it's not a threat to our relationship, but rather an integral part of who I am. It's a delicate balance, and it's not something that can be found easily, but I'm confident that one day I will find someone who can embrace this aspect of me and who will be supportive of the relationship I have with my father. Until that time comes, I've decided that my focus should be on myself. I can't wait for someone else to complete me or fill the spaces in my life. The truth is, I am enough as I am. The journey I am on now is one of personal growth. It's about continuing to develop as a person emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. I am learning to love myself more each day, to appreciate my own worth, and to recognize that I am capable of creating a feeling and meaningful life on my own. I've come to understand that the right person will come along when the time is right, but in the meantime, I'm working on becoming the best version of myself. I'm focusing on building my own strength, my own happiness, and my own sense of fulfillment. I know that when the right person enters my life, I will be ready for them. I will be strong in who I am and confident in the love I have to offer. But I will also be clear about the fact that the love I have for my father will always be a significant part of who I am, and anyone who wants to be with me will need to understand that and respect it. The decision to break off my engagement, though difficult at the time, now feels like one of the best decisions I've ever made. When I was in the midst of it, I wasn't sure if I was doing the right thing. There were moments of doubt, moments when I thought that maybe I should have tried harder, and maybe things could have worked out. But looking back now, I see that walking away was the best choice I could have made for myself. I had to make a choice to prioritize my own happiness and well-being, even though it was painful. Ending the engagement wasn't just about ending one relationship, it was about reclaiming my life, my sense of self, and my peace of mind. It was about recognizing that I deserve to be with someone who can offer me the kind of love and support that I need, and who can respect the bond I share with my father. It wasn't an easy decision, but it was the right one. I don't regret it at all. In fact, I'm grateful for the strength it took to make that decision. It was the moment I decided that I was worth more than settling for a relationship that didn't align with my values, my needs, and my sense of self. As I continue to move forward in life, I am learning more about who I am and what I want. I am becoming stronger, more independent, and more confident in my ability to create a life I want for myself. The love and support I have from my father will always be there, and I know that no matter what happens, he will always be someone I can turn to for guidance and reassurance. And while I may not have found the partner I'm looking for just yet, I know that the right person will come along at the right time. Until then, I'm focusing on myself, on my growth, and on building the kind of life that will make me truly happy. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Never come back here again, you broken, useless woman! If I see you around my house ever again, I'm calling the police on you! Then you can be taken away and turned into a proper adult in this society. Although I wish I could have done that to you this time, but then I would have had to explain that to my son!
No matter what you say, I think it's you who should have the police called on them. You just punched me in the face! What kind of person thinks it's okay to punch a younger woman in the face for no good reason?
What's wrong with me punching a supposed robber in the face and kicking them out of my house? I know what you were here for, and I'm not going to let your hidden intentions take hold of my family.
A robber? I am your son's fiancé, for crying out loud. Why would I ever want to rob my own dad's fiancé? Why would I want to rob anyone for that matter? I was just there to come and meet you, yet you stepped out of line the moment I came in and didn't even talk to me first about what you were suspecting.
Who cares at this point whether you're my son's fiancé or not? I don't even approve of you marrying him. Gosh, why did he have to end up with a woman like you? He has so much potential, and I've shown him so many other women that would fall for him in a heartbeat. All he has to do is just listen to me, and he'll have a much better woman that he can marry, who I know we can trust to be a good young wife for everyone.
What do you mean, why has he ended up with a woman like me? All I said was that I grew up with a single mother and that she was the only one who really raised me while I was going through school. I never did anything to you that would come off as rude or hostile, right? And I definitely wasn't robbing you of anything.
You bringing yourself and that past of yours into my house is very rude of you, actually. All right? My family is very famous, and we have a name to uphold in this city, in this state even. And seeing someone like you trying to sneak into my family is very recognizable. I've seen women like you before that try and get into rich and famous families with the purpose of leeching off them like a nasty parasite. And not just me, but so have a lot of my colleagues as well. And if they see me letting a roach like you into my house again, they'll begin to think differently of me, in a far worse way. I'm sure whoever the man was that impregnated your mom, he's lucky to have run away from you all. He probably knew at first glance that you and your mother were both going to end up as useless members of this great society.
Huh? So in other words, you're just judging me harshly for being from a single mother household and are using that as a reason to push me away? I have to say, you've made a situation that could very well put you behind bars, Dan. You could have done a lot better had you just expressed your concerns with me in the first place and let me explain myself a bit more to you so that you could understand who I am. But that probably wouldn't have made a difference anyway in the end.
The law doesn't care about what I've done to protect myself from a robber like you. Heck, if I had a weapon on me, I could have done you in and there would be no one against me because I had to protect my son and this house. And another thing, all you moneyless people are truly thieves. You only live to try and get into us rich people's lives and take what we've worked so hard for, right? Well, today our interaction has taught me a very good lesson. I'm gonna need to invest in better home security now that I see more rats like you on the horizon trying to dig their way into my money.
Man, I am actually amazed by you. You must be talented at taking in and regurgitating such garbage all the time. Today, you've really made yourself look like a textbook example of a greedy villain from some movie, and it's actually kind of hilarious.
A villain? I'm the hero of this world. It's because of people like me who've bled for the position they're in that you lowlifes and you moneyless people have the chance to even be able to live. You're the ones that get to have unemployment because you're too lazy and useless to get a job, and that all comes from the money I make. And you think after living off all that I've sacrificed for this world, you can come in and become part of my family now? Stop trying to make me laugh. This company of mine employs thousands of people that are below me, and if you wanted, I'd give you a job as well in the company. But I know you'd never be thankful for my kindness, so I'd rather you stay away from the greatness I offer this world.
I have a job right now, and it's working for someone that's a bit less egotistical than you. And me wanting to marry your son wasn't me trying to come into your family with any bad intentions, actually. I just wanted to marry your son, Sam, because I love him and he means the world to me.
That's the same thing. You marrying my son will make you a part of my family and give you access to all my things that I've worked hard for. Who do you think will allow you to do that? It won't be me, I promise you that. Sam has been in countless newspapers with articles all written about how amazing a young elite man he is. He's a star shining bright in this city of mine, and you have no right taking him off his pedestal with whatever emotions you have for him. If he's going to be swayed by love, it better be to a woman that I approve of. Someone that's a celebrity or comes from wealth.
But Sam wants to be married to me as well. He doesn't want to be with a celebrity or some stuck-up rich girl. We've already talked about all of this before, about the reason why he's choosing to be with me over all the countless other beautiful and wealthy women he could be with. And his reasoning was that someone like me didn't grow up in wealth or as someone that's a natural-born model, and that's what makes someone like me down to earth and special to him.
I don't care about what he thinks he wants. I'm his father, and not only his father, but his CEO as well. Everything I say to him, he must abide by, and that's because everything I say is correct. He has an image to uphold for this family, and that image cannot be tainted by someone that the rest of this world's high society doesn't deem important. Do you understand?
Really? You're that important and powerful of a man, then, that everything you say is right?
I am, but I'm sure a lowlife like you would never be able to understand my power. I do not approve of the marriage between my elite son and some lowlife who was only raised by her mother. If my punch to your face has helped you understand that, then get lost, you moneyless thief!
But my mom is the chairman of your company.
You're a lying pile of trash. Nice try, but you'll never be able to get me to say sorry to you.
I understand. It seems that this man is not the kind of person I assumed he'd be when making him my CEO. For a while now, he's been doing a decent job at what he's been tasked with, but I never really knew him well enough to say that I'd seen something like this coming from him.
That's what it seems, though, Mom. I was surprised by how badly he treated me. I have never even been treated that badly in my life, let alone been punched. I get that he's got a huge misunderstanding of my situation and everything, but for him to take it so far that he'd physically hit me, it's just mind-boggling to me.
What has Sam been saying about this? I'm sure after what he had to witness, he's in a pretty tough spot with his dad.
For the longest time now, he's struggled in dealing with his dad, actually. Ever since he was born, his dad made it very clear that Ben couldn't have a life of his own, and that he was the only one who could make choices for him. That's why originally I was going to introduce myself and ask his dad to allow me to marry his son. I tried my best to sell to him that I would be a great wife to his son and him when I married into the family, but I think me saying that I've only been raised by you led him to believe there's something wrong with me. And he is not the man that'll allow anyone with a perceived imperfection to be with his perfect and elite son. So much for that now. I regret that I ever brought anything about myself up to him. If he was going to be that upset about it, I should have just lied to him to get his approval, and then after the marriage took Ben as far away as I could get him. I'm sure that Sam's pretty upset by this as well. I myself never saw Dan as being that sort of hideous man. This is my fault for letting him think he could get away with such a thing. Maybe the position of CEO is too much for him, and he thinks that in that position he's something better than everyone else and above the law, which really scares me. But him becoming a CEO does kind of make him a big deal, right? I mean, he's in charge of a lot of your company now, and without someone in that position, you'd have a very hard time keeping your company under control. So there's no helping him from being corrupted by the power and name he has now. He must have done something for the company that made you trust him, and that means it's fine letting me stay in that position. However, it would be nice for him to go to 1 or 2 ethics classes in the near future.
No matter how good he is at doing his job, if he has a terrible personality, then he's not worth being in the company. If this is how he's acted out towards you, then I'm sure a lot of the employees within the company have felt that same kind of wrath. I'm going to start a very thorough investigation into him and have him fired at the end of it. I want to know what others in the company think of him, and I want to see what else he's done that I'd never guessed he'd do. That way I'll have all the evidence stacked against him, just in case he thinks he can try and fight me in this company on my decision. And also, punching my own daughter like that, I cannot allow that sort of behavior. I bet he'd never done something like that if I came along with you to meet him. Can you make sure to take pictures of your face and everything that's bruised up or swollen so that we can use the pictures later as even more evidence? I want to make sure we have everything covered before taking care of that gross pile of garbage.
I'm fine though, Mom. He actually sucks at throwing punches, and so that last one was like taking a pillow to the face. I get that you need to do something about him, and I do want you to make sure that he pays for his way of thinking. But above the physical pain that I feel right now, having to see Ben as sad as he is right now is heartbreaking to me. He was the one that brought me along to meet his dad, and now he feels some sort of responsibility for what's happened. I've told him he doesn't need to feel sorry, but every time he sees my black eye, he starts to cry a lot.
You have a black eye now, too? Make sure that you start putting ice around it to help it all go away soon. And as for you and Sam, I think you need to go and have a long talk about this with him and explain that he really doesn't have to feel any sort of responsibility for what happened. I'm sure not even he thought his father could stoop as low as he did, and I'll make sure not to step into your guys' discussion. You're old enough now and at that point in life where you need to be there for him and comfort him when he's at his weakest. I'm sure what would really make him happy is talking all this through after he's done crying.
Yeah, all right. I'll do that.
Just know that I myself feel sorry for never noticing the true man that's been Dan. So don't worry about him anymore. I'll take care of him for you, and I'll make sure he gets to see all the damage he's caused by acting like an entitled child. Just focus on your soon-to-be husband.
I totally understand now why Sam has hated his dad so much. The only thing is, no matter what his dad does to him, he always seems to want to stay by his dad's side. I really don't want him to think that he has to be tethered to his dad anymore, or that he can leave whenever he wants because he's an adult.
Ben, he still wants to get married to you, even right now?
Of course. No matter what anyone has to say about us, we know that we'll be at our happiest when we get married. For example, even if you were against us, we'd still get married. I know you never would be, but if you were, I'd go as far as cutting ties to you in order to marry Ben. That's how much I love him, Mom.
Well, that kind of stubbornness is just like me, Kylie.
I think so. So no matter what that idiot Dan says to me, we'll be fine. Actually, it's kind of fun being picked on him. Dan really does try to go all out, making me seem like some kind of monster at times, but he ends up sounding like a gosh darn fool in doing so.
Even if it's fun now, just make sure to take care of yourself around him. That sort of mental and physical harassment that he's trying to do to you, you can only bear it for so long, so we need to make sure to handle it before you run out of strength. I'm worried about you, but I know you can handle yourself.
I'll be fine, Mom. I'm just like you, right?
Making me pretty dang strong.
You've always been on your own, and I've learned a lot from you being a strong single mother that raised me. And so, because of what you've taught me, I'm not going to lose to some pussy of a man.
I'm sorry. I'm sure that I put you through a lot of tough experiences when you were younger. Also, I bet there were plenty of times growing up that you felt that you were all alone in this world.
There were times where I was lonely, but I'm still happy that I have you as my mom. You're so kind yet strong, and for the longest time now, I've wanted to become someone like you. You really are a mother that I can brag about, Mom. Sam grew up with a mother and father and always had someone around him, but I feel that he's even lonelier now than I was back then.
Thank you, Isabel. I'm happy to hear that, and I hope that soon we can help Sam escape that monster for good.
We will, and you don't have to thank me. Me being able to say all these nice things about you is what makes me such a cool daughter, right? Saying something that can make you that happy without even having to think about it.
I'm actually really happy to have you as my daughter, though. I honestly don't know what to say sometimes that'll show you how fortunate I am to have you.
Don't worry about it. I'm sorry if I made you feel as though you had to praise me. I know that you're happy to have me, and I feel the same way about having you. Thank you always, Mom.
No, thank you always, Kylie. When this is all over, how about we all take some time off? Sam, yourself, and I, and go somewhere relaxing for a little while.
Oh, that would be wonderful, Mom.
Something I'd like to talk about for a moment. Is that okay with you?
Well, if it isn't the chairman! What's been going on? You know that any time you need to talk, you can come stop by my office and chat. But anyway, has something happened?
Yes, something has happened. Dan, do you recall anything?
Recall anything? Nah, the company's been doing very well lately, so nothing outside the ordinary has happened here. You should be quite aware that our company is doing much better, as a matter of fact, with me in charge.
Is that so? Well, has anything happened outside the company?
No, I've been having a splendid life outside my work that I'm very proud of. But to be honest, I consider anything outside my life in the office my second shift of work, as I'm always on the clock.
A splendid life. I see. So then you'd consider that your splendid life would also involve punching women in the face?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about?
Seems you did quite the number on my daughter.
What? Wait. I'm sorry. I'm not really sure what you're talking about at this moment.
My daughter, Kylie. She happened to stop by your house to introduce herself and talk to you about how she'd be marrying your son. But I've been told by her that things didn't go anywhere close to plan, and that you did something rather unthinkable. I've also made sure to talk with your son about this, so please do not say that you've forgotten about this.
That's... what can I say?
Tell me right now, Dan, what did you end up doing to my daughter?
You're wrong! What happened was, well, she was talking back to me very rudely, and but saying that I punched her in the face is not true. I'm sure all I did was just tap her on the shoulder or something for that.
If someone were to punch you in the face, would you allow that?
I'm being serious right now. I'm sure that all of this could have been avoided in some manner, but saying I've punched her?
Well then, what's this recording that I have?
Huh? Oh, that's...
This is the recording that Kylie took when she was around you, and you can hear very clearly the sound of your fist hitting her cheekbone and then her falling to the ground. And I have your son as a witness to all of this happening to her. So what the hell did you plan to do after this all went down?
You have my son as a witness? What has Sam even told you about this?
He told me that his dad had punched Kylie in the face. And he then followed that by saying that it's his fault this all happened and that he's sorry. Are you not embarrassed as a father to have your son be the one to apologize for your necessary actions?
That backstabbing idiot! Well, what he's told you is all false. I'm sure that she may have fallen over when I ran into her, but I never actually punched her in the face.
You told me just a second ago it was only a tap on her shoulder.
It's because of my son saying a bunch of BS to you that everything spun out of control for a second. To be real with you, if I'd known that she was your daughter...
So you're saying that if she wasn't my daughter, it'd be acceptable to physically assault her like that? Punching her in the face and giving her a black eye?
That's not what I meant by that, actually, but I do approve of them both getting married now. I mean, I have the right to choose who's gonna marry my son since he's the one that'll be getting my position next, right?
Stop trying to change the issue here. You said some very inappropriate things to your son's fiancée and then proceeded to punch her in the face. I know that for a fact. So let us continue talking about that.
Well, this is all... You've got it all wrong. Really, I think I've been set up.
I never imagined you were this pathetic of a man. As of today, you are no longer going to be the CEO anymore.
Huh?
Get all your things together and then get out of this building.
Hold on for a second. This is all strange, right? Do you not know how much I've sacrificed for the sake of this company already?
And you're the one that chose to sacrifice all of that yourself. Now be a man and accept your fate.
But...
I have made my choice with you and it will not be changed. You should also understand that kind of mentality well enough, right, Dan?
I understand. I'll allow it. I did in fact punch Isabel in the face by accident. And as for my son, well, I'm really very sorry for what's all happened.
You think I'm going to forgive you because you allow my daughter to marry your son?
Well, then what should I do to get you to forgive me? Shall I come to you and get on my hands and knees and beg? Will that be enough to make you happy?
Well, if you happen to do that for me, you might get a better understanding of the kind of trash you really are. Well, it doesn't matter now. I don't want to see you ever again, Dan.
Please, hold on, Chairman. Can you please listen to my side of the story? You please do something about this? I never actually knew you were the daughter of the chairman.
What are you talking about?
I'm asking you to make the chairman understand my side of things. I never meant any harm back then. I was just thinking a bit too much about Ben and, well, just for right now, get your mom to understand me.
Understand you? My mom understands you and your intentions clear as day.
Well, right now, she believes for some reason that I actually punched you back then. You're just talking out of your butt saying that.
I'm not. You punched me in the face, and so I told my mom about it. Well, that's all right, though. I have that recording of what had happened, so stop trying to change the past and just prepare yourself.
Huh?
I'm taking you to court, Dan, and I've already made a victim's report of what you've done to me. And I believe the police will begin to investigate the case here soon.
Wait a minute, that's going way too far. I'm trying to keep all of this within the family.
No matter what you try and say to me, I am taking you to court. That's the whole reason I recorded us in the first place.
Then that means you're fine with never getting to see my son again, right?
Excuse me? Why would that happen after taking you to court?
Did you hear me? He is my son and he's my property. I plan to have him become the next CEO of this company. So if you're going to take me to court, then you'd better give me my things back.
Well, Sam has said that he's never going to see you again.
No freaking way. That man respects me more than anyone else in this world. All you've been trying to do is brainwash my son.
Weren't you the one brainwashing him this whole dang time? You used your authority as his dad to take complete control of his life, never let him make his own choices. Perhaps it's time you start thinking about how he feels before you go and take everything that means anything to him away.
Shut the hell up! What does a fatherless baby like you know about what a father should be like?
Me having only my mother around to raise me has nothing to do with this. I was the least able to be loved by my mom while she was still around caring for me at home. And she's taught me a lot, and still does.
And I've done the same. I've given him all the love he needs, and that's why he's an elite. I made sure to raise him the way I did so that he could be happy and powerful. And we all know that being an elite is the only way to be happy in this world.
Well, Sam's happiness is achieved by him being around people that love him and allow him to live a simple and calm life. And he's grown to hate you using the words elite and loser in the house. He's literally saying that he's happier anywhere besides being near you now.
What? Is that right?
I'm sure you would have never known that, right? And the reason for that is simple. You never loved Ben. Rather, you just saw him as a piece of property that you could use to make yourself look better as a man.
What the hell do you know?
Right? Of course I don't know crap about someone like you. The only thing I do know, though, is that compared to my mom, you are like a plague.
You're nothing more than a mother's girl.
Saying it just like you're still in middle school. Stop it, Dan. You really are not in the position to fight back anymore.
For Christ's sake, you're nothing! Hey, please, can you come back to me? I'll promise to never step out of line again.
Dan, do you think you can stop trying to talk to me? At this point, you and I are complete strangers.
Please! All of my family has cut ties to me, and my wife got up and left me here all alone. And as for work, I haven't been able to find any company willing to hire me.
And that's what you get. That life you're living now suits you perfectly.
Well, I've thought about it and learned from everything now. Give me just one last chance, please. I really want to see Sam again.
All right, then. I'm sure you're just trying to get money from us now that you can't borrow anymore, right?
Huh?
I already know, Dan. For the past few months, you felt sorry for yourself and have proceeded to go out late at night to play on the streets. And the story about you spending $200,000 in a single night is really buzzing on social media. You even pay people to call you CEO still because that's the only thing making you happy, right?
Yeah, you even know about that?
Dan, you have nothing to offer me or my family. All you do is push others down so that you can continue to hang on to your pride, even going as far as to ruin other people's happiness. And now that you're in a time of desperation, you're trying to get any kind of help there is, but only as long as you still feel on top. But you are a disgrace, and nobody wants you around them anymore.
What the?
As a parent, as a husband, and even as a member of society, you are a disgrace who will never be wanted. And I do not want myself or those that I care about being around you.
I have really thought about everything that's happened and learned my lesson. Do you really think it's okay to say such heartless things like that to someone who's already been through enough?
You've been through enough? Well, if you've really gone through enough to learn from your mistakes, then where's my apology?
Huh?
You said terrible things about me as well as assaulted me, yet I've not heard a single apology from you.
I feel I've apologized already for that.
No, you made a poor attempt to apologize to my mom about that, but still haven't said anything to me. I always thought that those who have really gone and learned their lessons start by apologizing for what they've done. Well, it doesn't matter much now. I'd love for you to continue living in that world you call hell.
What about Sam? What's happened with him? I want to talk to my son now.
You've read that letter from him by now, right? What did he say in that letter?
He said the next time I come around you guys, he'll make me pay.
I'm sure that's hard for you to understand, but what he means is for you to stay away. So please respect his wants and leave us alone. I know that you've never been good at respecting him, but your life depends on it this time. So make this the last thing you can be good for and stay the hell away.
Why? I think it'd be okay for you guys to at least forgive me a little. Right now, I'm super close to even losing my own house and having to live on the streets.
No matter what you say to me, I've made my choice and it will not be changed. I'm like my mom, Dan, a stubborn woman. After that incident, I made the difficult decision to block Dan's phone number, and since that day, I have not heard from him again. It felt like a necessary step, a way to reclaim my peace of mind after everything that had transpired. His situation was tragic, and yet in some way it served as a harsh reminder of the consequences that come from living a life filled with deceit and poor choices. In Dan's case, he was drowning in an overwhelming sea of debt, which ultimately led him to lose his house to the bank. The weight of his financial burdens crushed him, leaving him with nowhere to turn. When Dan found himself begging for help, he discovered that there wasn't a soul around willing to lend him a hand. His once vibrant social circle had dissipated, leaving him isolated and alone. He lost all connections to his family and his wife, overwhelmed by the chaos of their life together, divorced him and ran away. The emotional toll this took on him must have been immense, a painful realization that his choices had not only impacted his life, but also the lives of those he once loved and cherished. To add to his struggles, he lost his prestigious job as the CEO of a well-respected company. The sudden fall from grace left him feeling lost and without direction. Now he found it incredibly challenging to secure any work, except for part-time gigs that barely paid the bills. This descent into despair must have felt like a cruel joke. He had once been at the top of his game, and now he was fighting to make ends meet, clinging to a semblance of dignity as he navigated his new reality. With all that pressure weighing heavily on his already fragile soul, Dan made the decision to run. He ran far from the city we had all inhabited, seeking solace in places unknown. There are whispers and rumors about his whereabouts. Some say he borrowed money from loan sharks, and that when he failed to pay them back in time, they abducted him. These rumors, though chilling, reflect the desperation of a man backed into a corner. It's haunting to think about what could have happened to him, and regardless of the truth behind his disappearance, part of me is genuinely curious. A man like Dan with his fragile pride must be in shambles, battling demons that few can understand. As for me, I've experienced a remarkable transformation in my own life. With the weight of the past lifted, I was able to buy a brand new house, a fresh start that felt like a long-awaited dream come true. Both Sam and I have been living there, embarking on this exciting new chapter together. This new home symbolizes hope, resilience, and the possibility of a brighter future, one that stands in stark contrast to the dark days of our past. In Sam's case, he embraced a new role as the CEO, taking over from his father with a renewed sense of purpose and determination. The transition was not easy, but with the support of my mom, he has managed to navigate the challenges that come with such responsibility. The company is on a trajectory towards success, and this coming year looks outstanding compared to the disarray of the past when his dad was running things. It's refreshing to witness the changes Sam has implemented, steering the company in a positive direction and bringing fresh ideas to the table. Sam has also worked hard to forget the painful memories associated with his father. The burden of resentment that had weighed him down for so long has begun to lift. It's a relief to see that he doesn't harbor as much spite towards his dad anymore. Time and distance have allowed him to heal, and as he focuses on his new role, he's rediscovering his own identity separate from his father's shadow. This transformation is not only crucial for Sam, but also for our relationship, as it strengthened our bond and created an environment where we can both thrive. Being by Sam's side during this transformative journey fills me with joy. He's happier than I've seen him in a long time. Knowing that he no longer has to struggle with the legacy of his father's mistakes brings me even greater happiness. The sense of freedom that comes with breaking away from the past burden is palpable in our lives. It's not just about career success, it's about reclaiming one's happiness and forging a path that reflects our true selves, unencumbered by the past. Together, we are building a life filled with promise and potential. The struggles we faced in the past have formed a bond between us that feels unbreakable. As we settle into our new home, we find comfort in our routines and excitement in our shared goals. We often discuss our dreams for the future, the adventures we want to embark on, and the life we want to create together. This sense of shared purpose fuels our determination to succeed, and it reassures us that we are on the right path. I feel a sense of gratitude for the lessons learned along the way, even if they came wrapped in painful experiences. Each challenge has brought us closer together, and as we navigate this new chapter, I'm reminded of the resilience we possess. Our love has grown stronger, providing a foundation that supports us as we face whatever life throws our way. It's incredible to witness how we can lean on each other, sharing the weight of our individual burdens while also celebrating our collective victories. In this new house, we fill our days with laughter, creating memories that will last a lifetime. We explore our neighborhood, meet new friends, and immerse ourselves in the community around us. There's something invigorating about starting fresh and embracing the unknown with someone who shares your vision for the future. Each day is a new opportunity to build our lives together, and we approach every moment with enthusiasm and hope. While Dan's fate remains uncertain and shrouded in mystery, I choose to focus on the present. I have the love and support of Sam, and together we are building a life that reflects our hopes and dreams. It's a beautiful journey, one that reminds me of the strength found in resilience and the power of love to heal even the deepest wounds. We are learning to navigate life's challenges with grace and determination, standing firm in the belief that we can overcome anything together. In the end, it's not just about leaving the past behind. It's about embracing the future with open arms and a heart full of hope. I know that whatever challenges may arise, Sam and I will face them together, hand in hand, ready to create a life filled with love, joy, and endless possibilities. Our story is still being written, and I can't wait to see what the next chapters hold for us. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.